Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Exponential. My name is RSquared, and welcome to Monday Night Football. We at the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams are 8-4. Both teams could be considered perfectly mediocre, and both teams are searching for their identity at this point in the season. The Chargers have had their star taken away for many weeks now. Marion Hampton was adding another level to this offense that they just didn't have without him. Although their defense has been excellent this year, Justin Herbert's been pretty much their only source of consistent offense. And last week, he broke a bone in his left hand. And coming into today's game, he basically said, who needs a left hand? And walks right onto the field to start for the Los Angeles Chargers. And for the first time in weeks in Southern California, the Chargers will be back with running back Omarion Hampton. So the Chargers, now they got a chance to show us what they're made of. This is the game to do it against Philadelphia, the reigning Super Bowl champions. If Los Angeles is going to prove that they are a serious playoff contender, they're going to want to come out of here with a victory. And on the other side of things, the Philadelphia Eagles, boy, have they had a bad week. They lost to the Bears on Black Friday last week or so-ish. And let's just say since then it's been a little downhill for Philadelphia. Kevin Patillo has some new markings on his house. The Eagles have installed a positivity bunny, I've been told. Nick Sirianni is taking a new approach to the offense. He's becoming more involved in offense, potentially play calling as well. And the Eagles have just been trying to stay positive throughout because what seems like what we're looking at as an 8-4 season is to them a disaster. And they've played absolutely horrendously. And I watched the Bears game. They just looked outmatched in every single area of the game. And coming into this one, they really have to show us that they're still the reigning Super Bowl champions. I mean, they do have a relatively easy schedule, but this is one of their last chances to make a mark on the NFL with a win against the Chargers here. Go up to 9-4. That's going to help your resume quite a bit. And even though through all of this turmoil, you still have a chance at being a very legitimate 12-5, but with a loss, you're down to 11-6. And 11-6 isn't really necessarily good enough to get you into that top area, especially not how tough the NFC is now. So it's an interesting game here tonight. It's apparently I've been hearing that there's a lot of Eagles fans at SoFi Stadium, which shouldn't surprise me. But there's a lot of Eagles fans there. Like if you just look in the stadium, you'll see more darker colors than powder blue out there. A lot of Kelly green as they're circling around Jalen Hurts now. You notice all the green and then even some green over in the designated Chargers section by the Chargers sideline. So many Eagles fans have traveled for this one. They know that this is a very important game. And the other reason is it's probably blizzarding in Philadelphia right now. It turns out it's not always sunny there. And it's a balmy 70 degrees in Los Angeles. So nice little vacation at this time of year, heading to the warmer states, one of those being California. Sadly for them, SoFi Stadium's a dome, so they're not really feeling the warmth, but it is still a very beautiful stadium, state-of-the-art. These two teams, the Chargers, they've been statistically, they are the better team. Like, they're so much better on paper than the Eagles. It's ridiculous. Even without Omarion Hampton, they're the better team on paper. But then again, the Eagles are 23rd in almost every statistic in the league, but wins and points allowed per game. Wins, they're in the top 10, and points allowed per game, they're 9th, which doesn't make any sense if you're the Eagles because it's been a terrible season, but you're still sitting there with a better record than half the NFL. And that's just the kind of expectation that comes with the Philadelphia job is that at 8-4, they're talking about trading their top wide receiver, firing their head coach, definitely firing that. They egged their offensive coordinator's house. That's how much pressure there is for the Eagles to win this season coming off a Super Bowl victory. And now they're just not looking all that. Wait, what was that? I clicked away too fast. Sorry. Something about New York and police. Doesn't bode well. And again, there's something in the news about that every day. Anyway, the Eagles, they got a lot to prove to me as well as to all of their fans, which is another reason why there's so many fans in SoCal today. They want to show up and they want to find a way to be able to win this football game because if they don't, it's not going to look great Not a great look for the Eagles, especially. I mean, they might have the NFC East relatively locked up. The Cowboys are only 2 spots back, but I don't see any realistic way the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs at the way they've been going, especially not with these very Chargers coming up on their schedule. I think at best the Cowboys can finish 9-8, which I just don't see as being good enough to win their division. So I think the Eagles are probably going to make the playoffs regardless, but they need to start showing some promise of life, really. They've been just a dead team for the last few weeks, not for all season, really. They just haven't been very entertaining to watch, and every Eagles fan I've spoken to has been thoroughly disappointed with the season, which, again, 8-4. I mean, I'm over here wearing the Dolphins merch, and they're like complaining about 8-4. Fire Sirianni, please do it. I dare you. We'll take him. He won't ever get driven out of Miami by an angry horde. I guarantee you. And if he continues to perform like he has in Philadelphia, he's not getting kicked out anywhere. It's just a different fan base. They're the most passionate fan base in all of football, and we're going to get to see. Depending on the result of this game, we might get to see it firsthand. And there's the kickoff, and this one is a solid return out to the 32.5-yard line by Brittain Covey. And out comes Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles offense. Hurts has a 9.5 touchdown to interception ratio, which leads the NFL this season, 19 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. He doesn't turn the ball over very often, but that doesn't change the fact that the Eagles just have not been able to get first downs. They have not been able to move the football. And off the bat here, the Eagles are going no running backs. So this is a pass play to open up the game for the Eagles and the Chargers here on this California night. And Barkley is in motion, and it's still a pass. Hurts looks, and he's juggling. He's going to throw deep. And he, through the hands of A.J. Brown. You got to make that catch. I would have been on my feet a little earlier than expected there. I thought the play was blown dead, but that's just the way Jalen Hurts moves, because the Chargers, they weren't getting anywhere on pass rush. Jalen Hurts had all day to throw this one, and it ultimately puts it right in A.J. Brown's hands. You just have to be able to make that catch, a little more effort, and maybe you could have got it. It was only a little overthrown there. I feel like it was still catchable for A.J. Brown. So a deep shot to start this game for Philadelphia. It'll be 2nd and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Hand off to Saquon, and Saquon is not going anywhere. It'll be 3rd and 9 now coming up for Philadelphia. So again, this has been a consistent issue for Philadelphia this season, just the lack of being able to get a first down. It's really led to some downfall. Kevin Patullo is on the hot seat for sure as the offensive coordinator, just because Philadelphia hasn't been able to move the football at a consistent enough rate for anything to happen. And this Chargers defense is one of the best in the NFL. I mean, their defensive coordinator on the other side, Jesse Minter, might be the new Dolphins coach in a couple of years if he doesn't get hired this cycle, which I have a feeling he will. Play clock's at 3 now on 3rd and 9. 2, 1, he gets the snap off. Hurts throws. It's Dallas Goedert, and Goedert is going to stretch to get the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 there. Just a little slant to get the first down. Nice and easy. Honestly, that's all Eagles fans want to see at this point, is getting first downs at a consistent level and being able to move the football. And that's just exposing the zone defense a bit there. Get your 10 yards, move on. They need to treat this game as 10 yards at a time. Hand off to Saquon. He's going to get 2 or 3 before he stopped. Saquon Barkley, I mean, he was on an MVP level run last year and led the Eagles to the Super Bowl pretty much all on his own, I dare to say. And this year it's just not been there for the running back that was traded to the Eagles last season. And this year he's just not been at the level. Age might be showing a bit, or he's just lost his touch. Play action. Hurts is going to roll to his left, and he will hit Jahan Dotson, who's brought down after a gain of 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4 now for Philadelphia. This Eagles offense headlined, of course, by Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, 3rd wide receiver Jahan Dotson, and tight end Dallas Goedert. Offensive line looks like Tyler Steen, Fred Johnson taking the place of Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, and of course everyone's favorite offensive lineman, Jordan Mailata from New Zealand. One of the best offensive lines in the NFL. 3rd and 4, second third down of the day already. This is something we're going to want to keep track of, is that the Eagles just haven't been all there. Play clock's at 1, barely getting it off. Hurts under pressure, steps up and taken down in the backfield. That's going to be a sack for the Chargers. And so the Eagles will head off the field. The cameras thought they zoomed in on a fight for a second. They're like, what was that? It was just a hug, a very aggressive hug. So we just see the instant Odafe Owe. He's been such an impact player for the Chargers since he got traded midseason from the Baltimore Ravens. He's been incredible for this Chargers defense. And already we're seeing Philadelphia struggle just to get a first down. They have to play their games as if 10 yards is the dream. They need to stop running deep routes. And a bad punt to go along with the drive of going to the back of the end zone, where Justin Herbert, we call him one-handed Herbie, and his offense is coming onto the field for the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, I mean, that first drive was exactly what I expected from this Eagles team, and a lot of what we've seen just in general for this season from the Eagles. Right. I perfectly understand it if you want to go watch the Monsters Inc. cast. That's where I would be probably, if not here, which isn't true. I don't like alternate broadcasts that much. Was because I watched the Toy Story one and went, this is so weird. What happened to Rich Eisen? That was an international one, I believe. It was at Wembley. It was at Tottenham. And I was like, what happened to Rich Eisen? And I don't even like Rich Eisen that much. And he was there. I'm like, where'd he go? Yeah, that was weird. It's raining again. It's always raining. I wish I was in Southern California right now. 70s and sunny. Sounds great. Wish I was in Florida right now. It's 80s and sunny. Actually, I have no idea. I haven't checked. What's the temperature at? All right, it's actually pretty chill. 70s. Yeah, 73. 73 in Miami Gardens. Oh, no, I was right. 80s. High of 86. All right. Yeah. Nice. Beautiful temperature. Central Florida is way colder. Orlando highs. So right now it's 62 in Orlando. It's chilly. Yeah, all right. It's not that much colder than where we are, but it has rained a little here lately. Yeah, it's been raining every day. Every single day. I'm fine. It's like Florida, like the rain, you need the rain so that you don't die, because it's so hot in the summer. That's why you need the rain. But where I live, it's just the rain doesn't do anything. It just makes you miserable. It's not helping you any. It's still cold. Like, it's cold. We don't need this much rain. It's like the rain in Florida makes me happy. There's no lightning here. I don't have the comfort of lightning and thunder. I haven't heard thunder in where I'm at in so long. The Chargers are now back onto the field, by the way. Just thought I'd give that little shout out. Kimani Vidal is the running back, and he'll get the call here, and he's going to get 3 yards for the Chargers to start this drive. So Omarion Hampton is back for the Chargers offense today, but as you see, Vidal got the first call there, so he might be getting a few more calls, but Omarion Hampton is still on the field. You see him number 8 right there, so he is in the game now, and we'll see how the rookie out of North Carolina returns from his injury. He is the running back, and of course they're focusing in on Justin Herbert's hand injury. It really is spectacular that he's playing. Herbert, first throw of the game, it's broken up by Adoree Jackson. Good play made there by the longtime corner. Breaking up the pass that was intended for Quentin Johnson. They're showing this release. It looked fine. He's got a nice spiral on it. It was a good throw. It was just a really great play made there by I already forgot. So Marion Hampton, he fractured his ankle, which really just wasn't. It's not a good running back injury, in case you didn't know. So it's still impressive that he's back even at this point in the season and on the football field. Well, not right now. Herbert, under pressure, steps up, dumps one down to Vidal. Vidal's got the first down. He's got 15. He's got 20. He's still on his feet. He's got a lot of running room, and he's down inside the 15 for the Los Angeles Chargers. And a phenomenal play by LA to start this game. And the Chargers fans are jubilant in the stands. As you see, he's a blocker. He just decides I can't deal with Jalen Phillips, and he just gets the throw underneath and then just takes off. And the Eagles secondary just totally forgot to cover the left side of the field. Yeah, I mean, they just forgot. They covered everyone in the middle, and he just slips out. Credit to Zach Bond for chasing him down. And the first touch for Omarion Hampton. Hampton, he's got a nice little burst of speed. He's going to get 11 yards and a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Los Angeles Chargers. A great start to this drive for LA. They may have been beaten up and battered a few weeks ago or even last week, but this week they're coming in strong to start this game. We're seeing their players who have been injured in the last week, Justin Herbert and Omarion Hampton, and they're coming in here already with some big plays. 1st and goal now. This has been a quick drive for the Chargers. Can they put the icing on the cake? Quentin Johnson in motion. Handoff to Hampton. Hampton's going to get 3 yards. Nice tackle made there by Nolan Smith Jr. So Herbert, he's snapping with his left hand, and he seems fine. He's also handing off with his left hand. And everything seems okay to me. He might just be playing through the pain, and obviously we're going to be watching for any hits he might take during this game, but for the time being, he's looking pretty good. Eagles showing heavy pressure here. They only rush 5. He's got Hampton. Touchdown, Omarion. And the Chargers are on the board early for the first time today. Omarion Hampton, 4 yards is the touchdown pass. So Herbert to Hampton, welcome back. And he's got his first touchdown. And incredible. So the Chargers are quickly up 6-0 here. And Hampton with an easy touchdown, really. Not an impressive drive by the Eagles defense on this one. Chargers absolutely steamrolling to start this game. Extra point is up, and it is good. 7-0. The Chargers, they're bolting to a 7-0 lead. Can they put this game away before the Eagles ever get a chance? We'll see. Let's bolt up. Who's already guaranteed to make Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Omarion Hampton. Go Chargers. Yeah. I'm rooting for the Eagles just because the Dolphins, if the Chargers lose, our chances go up to 2% of making the playoffs, which is awesome. It's so stupid, but it's also awesome. It's always really funny thing my parents sent me this weekend. I'll pull it up now. It's so good. They sent me this, and I'm like, yes, that's amazing. Here, can you see that? Or not. It's pretty funny. It's great. The Chiefs are also kind of meh this year. The Dolphins, don't even call us legit. We're not. We are just not. I have been watching the game against the Jets the entire game. Like, we won in the first 9 minutes of the game. The Jets are that bad. Like, we scored enough points in the first quarter to end the game. But this second and third quarter were just brutal to watch. I mean, Tua didn't throw a complete pass for a quarter and a half. after he started like 9 of 10 for 80 yards or something like that. And then immediately after, second and third quarter, he just didn't complete a pass. I'm like, what happened? And HN got injured. So Jalen Wright came in, got 130 yards and a touchdown. Ollie Gordon came in, got like 30 yards and a touchdown. So we have other running backs now. I mean, we always knew they were there, but Jalen Wright hasn't played hardly at all season. You haven't heard his name because he hasn't played at all, but he is a lot larger than he used to be. I'm noticing like he's got some size to him now, which is what we were missing from him last season. So now he's kind of fast and really strong, which is scary for a lot of teams. He's becoming our little mini H-hand. But Ollie Gordon, we have 3 competent running backs on our team, which is dangerous. But if you don't have a competent quarterback, you're just not making the playoffs, which is my big issue with the Dolphins right now. Tua is just not good enough to lead the Dolphins to the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, McDaniel said after the game the reason why HN never came back in was because they didn't need him to, which was technically true. Scared us all for 5 or 6 hours, but it was technically true. We didn't need him. So this one is going to go out of the back of the end zone. So this one will be starting the drive from the 35, the Eagles offense. Last season, the Eagles are 2nd, 5th, 7th, and 10th on those stats, rushing yards per game, yards per rush, points per game, and third down conversions. This year, they're 22nd, 24th, 19th, and 28th. And really the big issue with that one is third down conversions. They're so bad on third down. They just have to fix that issue. That's why I've been saying already since the start of this game, you have to be able to play every single game, as every single drive, as if you need to get 10 yards to win the game, because that's what they just have to do. Just focus on getting yards. Don't focus on the score or anything. Hand off to Saquon. Good run by Saquon. Saquon's got some space. He's going to get out to the 45-yard line. And one of those signature explosive runs from Saquon Barkley, 19 yards on that run. Really good quarterback. Explain the Texans. I'm not saying that's... I don't mind CJ Stroud, though. Okay? In my rankings, I got CJ Stroud a solid 5 spots above Tua. For one. But the Dolphins don't have the defense the Texans do. For a second. the Texans don't need an offense to win games. I mean, the Dolphins defense is subtly improving, but not that much. Play clock's at 2. Eagles will hand it off to Saquon. Barkley's got another hole. He's going to get another 10 yards and a first down. And Saquon Barkley's wheels are beginning to turn for the Eagles. It's 1st and 10 now from the Los Angeles 36. 2 back-to-back big runs. Phenomenal blocking by the Eagles, by the way. Just signature offensive line work, as always. If Achane had this offensive line, he'd have a season like Saquon, too. Well, last season. Hurts, free blitzer, Derwin James. Hurts is going to have to run with it himself and slides after a gain of 4. There is a flag. I think this one's going to be a holding penalty on Philadelphia. Yeah. Scott Novak in his 7th season as a referee. He's being joined by Terry Brown, Mike Morton, Tony Jocelyn, Mark Stewart, Don Willard, and Brian Sikowski on the refereeing crew for today. Shout them out. Might as well. You know their name if they're great. You know their name if they're terrible. Hurts. Yeah, I mean, Derwin James was unblocked there as he just came straight at Jalen Hurts. And clever job by Hurts being able to escape the pressure from James, one of the best blitzing safeties in the league there. Tyler Steen, he's in his 16th career start. He's had 13 this year, only 3 last year. But he stepped into the role fairly well on this Eagles team. They haven't suffered too badly from their offensive line work, I don't think. Play clock again getting low. They get the snap. Hurts is going to load deep. Jalen Hurts overthrows Devonta Smith. And the second missed opportunity of the day for the Philadelphia Eagles, as Hurts has overthrown 2 potential very big plays. Again, I'm going to say it again. Not that it matters too much per se, but Eagles need to treat every single drive as if they have to get 10 yards. Why are they going for the 50-yard, or in this case, 20? Just try and get the first down. Don't throw the deep balls. You've struggled so badly on third down. Handoff to Barkley after a fake throw. Barkley's got some running room, and Saquon's going to get him back into manageable position after an 8-yard run. So it'll be 3rd and 12 now. I say manageable. It's not very manageable. Seems simple. Why doesn't everyone do that? That's what I'm saying. The reason why is because explosive plays are very cool. And they're very fun, very entertaining. And when you get them, they're amazing. But that's for teams like, the Bears, for instance. The Bears like to play their games 15 yards down the field, as I like to say. They like to play the game in the middle, somewhere in between. And that's how they beat Philadelphia last week. Other teams, like just name a team, and I'll tell you whether they play for the first down or they play for the touchdown. Play clock at 1. Hurts gets the snap off, throws quickly to Dallas Goedert. He's got the first down. And a conversion on 3rd and 12, certainly unexpected. And they get the first down there. So I just keep handing it to them. Yep. The Packers, they tend to play shorter than they should for the most part, but they don't play the middle hardly at all, which is an issue I have with them. They're either all in or they're not at all in. But they don't tend to play in the middle because they don't have a lot of mid-range threats, especially now that Tucker Kraft is gone. For instance, a team like the Dolphins, they used to be all or nothing. Now they're just like, we're just going to run the football and see what happens. Hurts has a quarterback draw here, and he's just going to slide to avoid taking a massive shot. It's 2nd and 11 now for the Eagles. Let's see it. Teams like the Texans play for the first down. They know they're just not explosive enough to get a touchdown all the time. So they just play to get 10 yards. Go slowly. They don't really care. Their defense is doing fine. The Bills tend to play short. They're a team. They're a good example of a team that plays for 10 yards because their explosive game they're very iffy in their deep game. I've found they like to hand the ball off to James Cook. They like to just get the yards they need. Another free rusher from James. He gets picked up, but Hurts is going to have to run. It's going to be 3rd and 9. He just barely gets away from Derwin James there and has to scramble out of bounds. And right now, the blocking there on that right side, struggling a bit. That's the second time Derwin James has come on unblocked. 3rd and 9. So, yeah, I tend to think the Bills like to stay lower, kind of closer to the line of scrimmage, hand the ball off, short passes. Josh Allen just takes it himself. The Eagles have tried to be too explosive this season. Just take your yards. Take what the defense gives you. Don't try and take too much. And that's just something they've really struggled with this season because that's what it's all about on third down, just getting the first down. Quick little screen pass to Devonta Smith and an absurd play call. Truly. That was a miserable play call from Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni. So the Eagles are going to have to settle for 3. I despised that. That was the design from the beginning because A.J. Brown tries to pick a block and just doesn't. That's miserable. And that's part of the reason why Kevin Patullo's house smells a little more like breakfast. 41-yard attempt for Jake Elliott. And Jake, the make, is going to make this one. 7-3 the Chargers have the lead. Saquon had 30 yards consecutively. And the Eagles got into the opposing territory and couldn't finish the job. So the Chargers lead by 4. Justin Herbert, one-handed Herbie. He's getting the ball back for the Chargers. So we've been talking about NFL teams all around. Let's do a little more NFL. The Colts, they're done. They're done. I'm telling you. I knew it. At the beginning, I knew it. I was one of those where you could play it back. I was like, The Colts, Jonathan Taylor's amazing. Daniel Jones, though, that's just all I was saying from the beginning. I'm like, this doesn't feel real. And I was correct. It wasn't real, even now that Daniel Jones is gone and Phillip Rivers is potentially questionable. And yes, that's 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, as in he was drafted in like 2001, and now he's coming in back potentially from retirement. He's not going to pass his physical. I guarantee you. He's not going to be good enough to play. If he does, it would be nuts, but I don't think he will be. So I expect Phillip Rivers to not be the Colts quarterback next week. I think it's crazy that they're even trying him out. But I think the Colts season ends there. Rodgers versus Rivers in the playoffs. Rivers isn't going to make the playoffs even if he does start with the Colts. I'm kind of hoping the Steelers don't make the playoffs either. They're just so to watch. Like, they're just so I mean, the Ravens are choking, but the Steelers, they're so hard to watch just in general. Like, teams that I think are locks right now, Broncos for sure, Patriots for sure, Jaguars I think are for sure, Texans I think are for sure. There's 4. Teams I'm not so sure about, that would be like Colts, Steelers, Ravens, just interchange. One of them has to get in, but I don't think both of them are getting in. Let's see. Who else? The Colts, I already said them. The Chiefs, I don't think are making it. And then in the middle gray area is kind of where the Chiefs and the Bills are right now. Because the Bills, they got 9-4 record. They're fine, but they've just there's something been a little off by them. But they have played well in their last couple of games. I'll give them that. But they've just been a little off tempo for the AFC. I wanted the Bengals, but Burrow decided to forget football for a few minutes. He literally forgot how to play for 1 second. He was just like, I'm going to give you the ball. I have no idea what happened there. It was a disaster. So the Bengals, I think they're gone. Teams that are on the outside looking in for me, the Dolphins, I didn't even mention them because they shouldn't be mentioned in the same category. Good return here out to the 34-yard line before he's absolutely popped. All right. Last drive for the Chargers. 3rd and 7. Herbert, he was looking there, and then he's hitting his other read. He's got some good improvising skills, and he did that a lot on that first play. And then Omarion Hampton takes a big hit, testing out that ankle again. He's got 2 catches and a touchdown. So Herbert is relying on his running backs early, and Jim Harbaugh is happy. Harbaugh's happy. So Herbert's going to start under center from the 35-yard line. Scott Matlock's in motion. And he'll go play action right up the gun. There's pressure, and he gets it underneath to Hampton, who somehow gets 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down. We'll talk more NFL at the next few commercials, as well as college football controversy and other stuff about that and all that insanity, and then maybe some other stuff as well. But I think that's going to take up most of the time. So get some opinions on that. So great pressure there by the Eagles, but Herbert just playing really well. Hand off to Hampton, and Hampton's going the wrong direction. Jordan Davis. Wow, he loses 4 yards on that one. Brings up 3rd and 7. As he just plows right through the offensive line here. Yeah, he just missed. I'm not sure who that is exactly that missed, but he just missed. I'm looking at the wrong team. Jordan Davis just went right through that offensive line. It's going to be number 75 of the offense. I'll get you a name there if I can in time. That's Bradley Bozeman. Missed it. There's a flag pre-snap that's going to stop the play anyway. So it'll be a false start on the offense. Imagine this is on Bradley Bozeman. It's on Trey Pipkins III. So the Chargers having some offensive line struggles a bit. Their foot now has 2 holes in it, and the Eagles crowd made some noise there. A lot of Eagles fans, as I said, so that probably contributed to, wow, look at that guy. Contributed to the Eagles causing that first false start there. So Eagles pumping up the crowd in Los Angeles. Oh, there's going to be a neutral zone infraction. It's a free play. Herbert, take a shot. Go full Aaron Rodgers. It's intercepted, but it's not going to count. Just go out of bounds, Coop. And Cooper DeJean goes out of bounds. And imagine this one's a false start. It's not going to be. They would have called it dead. So this is going to be a neutral zone infraction. Probably. Yeah. All right. It's offside. So it'll be third down still. I applaud him throwing the football, though. Classic move. Love it when quarterbacks see the mistakes. Yeah, he was offside. Yeah, so it wasn't neutral. Yeah, we all saw him jump. Come on. Herbert would have complained so much if that was not. Everyone would have heard the boos through the Philadelphia cheering if that play got called false start. As the correct call, as an offside. And the Chargers still have the ball 3rd and 7. So back to where they were. So offsetting penalties essentially with the false start and the offside. Kimani Vidal is in the game. Herbert's going to throw this one. Play clock's at 2. 1, they get the snap off. Eagles have a free rusher, and Herbert's going to have to spike it. They haven't called it dead yet, and they just did. It's incomplete. Wow, so huge pressure from Philadelphia. And there is, man, these Chargers and Eagles fans are going at it. Yeah, they're saying it's an incomplete pass, 4th down. This is one stadium I would not want to be in. Ooh, let's see this. I mean, it looks forward to me, just doesn't get any spin on it. So that's incomplete, and thus it will be punted away. And it's a good punt, and it'll be fair caught at the 10-yard line. J.K. Scott to Brittain Covey. When we come back, it's Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and the Philadelphia Eagles offense. All right, so we did AFC playoff picture just a minute ago. Let's do NFC playoff picture before we move on to anything else. Might as well. So, if this thing decides to work, which right now it's not, you just tell me the teams to go ahead. Come on. Tell me all the good teams and their records, and I'll break them down. Was the likely touchdown? The likely touchdown was, in fact, a touchdown. It was the wrong call. The Ravens should have won the game. What are you going to do? He got 3 feet, actually. It was 3 or 4 feet. I could argue he had a football move. He had possession. There was nothing that would have made it an incomplete pass. But as John Harbaugh said earlier today, the NFL catch rules are about as clear as mud, which is about as true a statement as there is, because to me, it was a completed pass. To everyone I've talked to, pretty much is a completed pass. Haven't talked to too many people about it because I totally forgot about it for the most part. But it should have been a touchdown. I wasn't a huge fan of the call in general. This has just stopped working. So yeah, hopefully when that restarts, we'll get going there. It's just been broken all week, really. All right, here we go. Maybe. It's just moving so slowly. No idea why. All week. Last 2 weeks, really. It's made it hard to edit stuff. All right, wait. Other thing I'll do. FIFA. It's a FIFA World Cup draw reaction. I'm giving it here. That'll be later. So those are 3 things. College football selection, FIFA draw, and then, of course, the rest of the NFL stuff. We're going to do the NFC on the next commercial because of technical difficulties. But we got time. It's a long game. Men's college basketball the Jimmy 5 Classic, Clemson BYU, or it might just be Jimmy V. I don't really know. And Florida, the reigning champion, taking on Utah, the previous champion. So the Eagles starting this drive from their own 10-yard line. Devonta Smith in motion. Hurts handoff to Saquon Barkley. He's going nowhere. He's brought down in the backfield by Denzel Perryman. 2nd and 11 now for the Eagles. Saquon Barkley has lost yardage on 15% of his runs this season, which is the 2nd highest in the NFL. That's crazy, considering all the luck they had last season. It's the Madden curse is looking real to me, y'all. Devonta Smith, slight movement. Hurts is going to throw towards him, and Smith, after a great tackle there by Derwin James, it's going to get 5 yards. And this will likely lead us to the end of the first quarter here. When we come back, it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Eagles. And again, please don't overreach. Just get your 5 yards and get out of there. Don't go deeper than 5. They've done a pretty good job on 3rd down so far today of just taking what they give you. But this time, just get the 1st down. So end of 1, Chargers 7, Eagles 3. Eagles still struggling to move the football efficiently, while the Chargers looked pretty good on their opening drive, a little worse on the second. Second quarter underway when we come back. All right, so we have the NFC playoff picture now. I got the Eagles as the NFC East leader. I have, honestly, we'll go. Okay, first of all, I'd like to say I knew Tyler Shuck was the real deal. I called it. I'm so proud of myself. I was like, why are they waiting? That was just me the entire time. I was like, why are they waiting? And now Tyler Shuck has now put on 2 very legitimate performances. Oh, sorry. What am I stuck on? Pillow. Sorry. It's a pillow there. Just what is going on? Okay. Hi. The Saints, I'd like to say Tyler Shuck, he's put on 2 very legitimate games now in a row against the Dolphins and the Bucs, and he's played very well in both of them. And I don't know, it's starting to look like the Saints might have their guy, because he's been just fine. And after beating the Bucs and nearly beating the Dolphins, maybe they're not as bad as we think they are at this point. It took him a while to put Tyler Shuck in. Now that he's in, our Saints fans, they got to be happy that he's in, right? They got to be happy with him over Spencer Rattler. Of course, the Saints are eliminated from the playoffs. They're not really of any concern, but I think they're still just a fine team. Other team that I would watch out for in the NFC South, the Panthers. Panthers have been looking good, and the Bucs have been looking like a train wreck, a dumpster fire. Any other ways to describe how these last few weeks have gone for Tampa Bay? It's been all downhill suddenly, and I have no real explanation as to why the Bucs have been so bad. They lost to the Saints. They beat the Cardinals by 3. They got demolished by the Rams, the Bills, and the Patriots. It's just been so bad since the first Saints game. And I just don't know what's happened to the Bucs. They've fallen apart in these last 5 or 6 games of the season. So Carolina, the window's open. I did say that Dave Canales is an underrated coach at the beginning of the year, so I wouldn't be totally upset if the Panthers won the division, because then I'd look so good again. Things are going well for me this year as far as predictions goes. I need to make more of them for next year, that is. And this year it's kind of over. But I need to make more predictions soon. Jalen Hurts, 3rd and 5. He's going to throw. They overreached, and it's intercepted. What do I keep saying? Why do they do this? And this one's going to be taken out to the 20-yard line by R.J. Mickens, the rookie out of Clemson. Did he get his hands under it? Ooh, it's really close there. This angle really won't help much. This angle is going to be the one. I'm not going to lie. I kind of think that's an interception. I haven't seen an angle that makes me think it's not an interception yet. Oh, this might be a good angle here. That's an interception, sir. Yeah, I see nothing that would indicate that that's not an interception. They're saying incomplete. Okay. I didn't see much.
Interception for R.J. Mickens out of the books, the 6th-round pick from Clemson.
I unmuted them because I want to see what they're saying about why that was incomplete. It looks fine. It looks like an interception. Looks like he's got his hands under it. Yeah, I mean, very fortunate. So the Eagles will punt this one away. I looked like it just hit his arm. That's what I was thinking as well. He gets spun around. He's going the wrong direction, and he's tripped up. The ball is loose. Ooh, and a great play made by Granson. But the Chargers are going to start a little deeper in their territory than they might have wanted. Good special teams by the Eagles. That's been about the extent of what's been good for Philadelphia. His knee's down there, so it's not a fumble. But still, not great field position. So hasn't been ideal for the Eagles so far. I mean, they did the opposite of what I said to do. Why did they overreach? I do not know. They only needed 10 yards. Like, why? Why did they go for 30? They just don't need that. It was so expected. They just don't need that. So I have Dallas on the outside looking in the NFC East. Philadelphia is the NFC East. We can't push the Dutch if you're trying to do. That's what I'm saying. You got to get close. They're not even trying. I'm kind of taking the Panthers over the Buccaneers just at this point in the season. Might flip my mind later. Only one of them is making it, though, with how competitive the wild card is. I think the Rams and Seahawks are both in there. So that's 2 wild card teams already in. I'm trying to do the math. Yeah, so let's say everything stays as it is. Seahawks are a wild card team. So Panthers, we'll go Panthers, Rams, Eagles, and we'll say the 4th team's the Packers, just for the sake of it. And honestly, that might just be the playoff picture. Pretty much. Only one of the 3 other teams, the Bears, Lions, and 49ers, aren't making it. And to me, that's the 49ers. So I think the 49ers are going to be the other team that's out. I don't like the 49ers this year. I think they're a boring team to watch. They're just not entertaining. I don't think they managed to outplay Seattle or Los Angeles. I just don't love the looks of them this year. They're not fun. They'll beat the Titans, obviously, and might get some luck with the Colts. But I have them losing to the Bears and the Seahawks in the last 2 weeks of the season. And then the Seahawks, they got also a pretty tough schedule. I think they beat the Colts next year. They beat the Panthers, knocked them out, beat the 49ers, and a close one with the Rams that decides the division in a couple of weeks. Excuse me. And that's obviously a very tough game. But if it comes down between the 49ers and the Lions, I like my odds with the Lions a bit better than I like my odds with the 49ers. Just because the Lions have the Steelers and Vikings. 49ers, a little tougher there. Not by much, though. I'm going to finish with very similar records. I do think the Bears have a pretty challenging end of season. So we'll see. This is a handoff there to a Marion Hampton. And Hampton with a nice couple of cuts. He's going to get 15 yards and a first down. And a nice start to this one for Marion Hampton coming back from injury. Let's see what happened to Justin Herbert's hand on this one. Ow. Yeah, that's going to hurt. broken bone in your left hand and you smack it against your other arm. Yeah, he's obviously in a bit of pain there on the sideline. Understandably. Number 1 seed in the NFC? Probably the winner of the NFC West. This one's going to be a handoff to Hampton. Not going far this time. Be 2nd and 9. There is a flag. It's going to be on the offense. It's holding on Jamari Salyer. Yeah. Number 1 seed. I feel like the Packers, Bears, and Lions, the fact that they play each other is going to hurt their odds a bit. And the Packers have just a disaster of a final 4 games. You got the Broncos, Bears, and Ravens. Chills. Vic Fangio's in his 2nd season as the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and his defense has been a rare bright spot for the Eagles because they're seldom to be seen this season. Herbert steps up. He's going to run himself. He's going to take a hit, and he's taken down after a gain of about 6, maybe. 2nd and 14, I want to say. 2nd and 15. Give him 5. All right. So the Packers don't have an amazing shot. Honestly, the 49ers make it. I wouldn't be that surprised because I feel like the NFC North are going to just gun each other down, which is an issue. Ultimately, I think the big one's Bears 49ers. Whoever wins that one, I think, probably gets the 7. Because I think Lions and Packers both have enough to beat the Bears, probably. And it'll be interesting. That entire little trifecta there. And, of course, the South race is worth watching as well. Herbert throws sidelines. Sorry. I'm so today. Herbert, he overthrows his guy, though. Keely Ringo is in coverage. All right. What do we got? 3rd and 15. Yeah, I think the winner of the NFC West gets it. The Rams are looking really good. They look just unstoppable. So do the Seahawks, though, but I think the Rams might edge them out just a bit, but it'll be interesting. The winner of the NFC West, I think, takes it. Herbert under some pressure from Phillips. He steps up. He rolls left. Under so much pressure. Throws way deep and swatted down. Great defense by Cooper DeJean. Thumbs down for that pass. And a great defensive play made by Cooper DeJean to get the Chargers offense off the field. And the many, many Eagles fans are happy. Whew, all right. Go buy some cold water. Different alternative. I think it's time to stand. Get the blood flowing a bit. Oh dear. You just stay right there for a second. This punt is taken out to the 25 by Britain Covey, where the Eagles offense will take over. It hasn't been its own yet. Why is this like this? Yeah, it's fine. It's great. It's perfect. Why is everything stuck on everything today? All right, there we go. There we go. All right. There we go. Just get all the spine, All right, here we go. All right, good morning, USA. I don't know. One of those days, yeah. Everything's breaking. Today has been crazy, though. I did an insane amount of work today. Not this kind of work, the other kind of work, the school. I was like, wow, I'm very proud of myself. Everyone else was just kind of like, great, you did your work. I'm like, I did 3 weeks worth of work today. What do you mean? In one day, I was really proud of myself. And everyone was just like, you did your work. So, like, I am a professional procrastinator. This is an accomplishment. It was fun, though. Enjoyed it. It was just one of those like I'm the only one home. All right, let's lock in. And I was just tunnel visioned for a solid 5 hours. And then like I looked up and I was just suddenly starving because I hadn't eaten in like 8 hours. I'm like, and now I'm doing this. Yeah, all right. So we've gone through the NFL player picture. Let's go through some storylines from the NFL this week. Of course, obviously that troublesome Ravens catch there with Isaiah Likely. That was a catch in my opinion, but no, yeah, I almost starved. It was pretty close. I then had to cook, which took a bit. It took like 30 minutes. It was the starvation after that. Yeah, I'm one of those people who, like, if I'm in the zone, it's pretty decently difficult to get me out of the zone. And then I end up starving myself. And that's just life. It's so rare that I'm in the zone, though. Let's be honest. It takes a bit. So yeah, I mean, NFL is looking fun at this time of year. We'll go through the games on the next commercial, most likely. Hand off to Saquon, another negative play for him. 2nd and 11. Derwin James, 4-time Pro Bowl selection, 2018 first team All-Pro selection. He's in his 8th season. Derwin James, he's one of the best safeties in the NFL many years. And yeah, enough said. He's just one of the best. 2nd and 11 now. Play clock's winding down again for Philadelphia. Common so far. Free rusher on Hurts. Hurts gets popped and he overthrows A.J. Brown. And Jalen Hurts got drilled. Let's see what the penalty was here. Wow. So illegal contact on the Chargers gives the Eagles an automatic first down. But Jalen Hurts, he took one for the team here. My goodness. He just kind of threw one up. He overthrew him, but whoo! He got smoked. Look at this. Dion Henley just puts his shoulder right into his chest. Big hit taken there by Jalen Hurts. Don't love it when your quarterback takes those hits, but he's no Tua Tagovailoa, so it's a little more okay. Chargers blitz rate through a week 14 is 20%. Not the highest, but pretty solid nonetheless. Pretty standard of a Ravens defense, Ravens style defense, I should say. And this one's thrown out to Will Shipley, and Shipley's going to get 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Beautiful. Loved that play. You know why? Because 3 + 3 + 3 is 9. You get 4 on one of those plays, you get 10. That's a first down. Just take what the defense gives you for 1 and just play for 10. Just play for 10 at a time. Wear this defense out. Play the long game. So Hurts now, there's Shipley and Barkley in the backfield. Hurts is going to roll to his left. He's going to throw to Dallas Goedert, and Goddard's got some space, and he's going to get to the 49-yard line. Loved that play call as well. Wow, look at those Eagles fans saying the same thing as me. Yes, finally. See, that was just good play. Take what the defense gives you. No, they're showing Devonta Smith that would have been open. Don't take that risk. You made the right decision. He got open. He's there. Take your yards. And then he made a great move to get a couple of extra. So phenomenal job by Dallas Goedert. But that's just all they have to do. Just go short. Get the first down. Play action. Hurts is launching, going deep. He's got A.J. Brown for a gain of 22. I will say, that was open. If it's open, I'm not saying don't do it, but don't scheme for big plays. I never enjoyed that. Like, if I were a coach, I wouldn't necessarily scheme for big plays. I would have a big play option. Like, see, look how many players are 30 plus yards down the field. A.J. Brown has 100 plus reception yards in back-to-back games for the Eagles this season. Barkley's going to get the handoff, and he's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. A.J. Brown, he's the second-round pick in 2019 by Tennessee, and he was phenomenal in Tennessee before being traded to the Eagles in what has gone down as one of the worst trades in NFL history. That's not correct, but it was a pretty bad trade for the Titans. I'm pretty sure they got Treylon Burks out of it. So, and A.J. Brown in Philadelphia has had some great success, but been a lot of talk about him departing from Philly in recent weeks. But he's showing he wants to stay, and he's playing tough for it. Hurts looking long again. Rolls left. Let the pocket collapse. He's going to run, and he's going to get 7 yards. Okay. That's fine. They went too deep, but that's just a good job by Hurts making it happen. He got 9 yards. That's very solid. 3rd and 1. You're at the position where you can go tush push now. You just have to get into that scenario. A.J. Brown, however, I was saying all this good stuff about him. He walked. What was that route? That was a terrible route running. If that was he was open the whole way. My goodness. He was wide open. Hurts just A, missed him. B, I don't know what that route was. But whatever. Play clock's at 3, gets the snap off. Hurts throws, intercepted. And this one, there's a fumble on the interception. Hurts recovers it. Hurts fumbles. It's the Chargers football. Are you kidding me? What? An interception, fumble, recovered, fumble. It's Chargers ball. We're just going to call it an interception. What heads up defense by the Chargers? My, that was insane. What do you even call that? As a great interception by a big man gets punched out by Dallas Goedert, defense level. Hurts gets it. Hurts gets the ball punched out, and then Dye lands on it. 1st down, Los Angeles, and the Eagles turn the ball over. Wow, you don't see that every day. An interception, double fumble. Who gets the stats? That's what I'm wondering. All right, wait, listen. Here is what ESPN Gamecast has to say. Jalen Hurts pass short middle, intercepted by Hand at Los Angeles 17. Hand returns to Los Angeles 23 for 6 yards. Fumbles, Will Shipley. Recovered by Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts at Chargers 33. Jalen Hurts to Chargers. Oh, wait, no, it just changed. Recovered by Jalen Hurts at 33. Hurts to Los Angeles 45 for negative 12 yards. Fumbles, Caldwell recovered by LAC. Dye at LAC 43. Hurts the first quarterback to have an interception and fumble. That was insane. So it was middle to Brown, intercepted by Deshaun Hand. Deshaun Hand for 7 yards. Will Shipley forces the fumble. Recovered by Hurts at the 33. Hurts gets negative 12 yards. Caldwell forces the fumble. Recovered by Dye at the 43. They just changed it again. Hurts to LAC 33 for no gain. Caldwell fumbles, recovered by Dye at the 43. Wow. Let's check the box score now. They tallied them all up. Dang, that's insane. All right, so fumble lost, Jalen Hurts 1. Fumble recovered, Jalen Hurts 1. Deshaun Hand, fumble lost 1. Fumble forced 1. Troy Dye, fumble recovered 1. That's crazy. They tacked them all on up there. And the interception, Deshaun Hand as well, 7 yards. So Deshaun Hand, he might have become the first defensive player to not only get an interception, but also force a fumble, apparently. And lost the fumble because he was the one who forced Jalen Hurts to fumble the football, according to this. So, wow. Just incredible play. That was insane. You don't see that every day. I feel terrible for the people who had to make that Gamecast prompt. They were just typing stuff in. So you see big man Deshaun Hand, former Miami Dolphin, by the way, getting the interception, gets punched out by Will Shipley. Hurts recovers it. It gets knocked out again by Deshaun Hand, and then Troy Dye lands on it. So 1st and 10 from their own 43 are the Chargers in I formation. Hand off to Kimani Vidal, and Vidal's got a nice little run for 8 yards. It's 2nd and 2. Look at poor Deshaun Hand. He's tired, man. On the left, he's like, I did so much work, and I didn't even get the football at the end. Eagles' first 8 games, they had 3 turnovers, tied for the fewest in NFL history. In the last 5, they've had 7. So big difference for the Eagles over the last 5 games. 2nd and 2 for the Chargers. Herbert to Quentin Johnston, blown up. Great play made by Adoree Jackson. 3rd and 2. Now coming up for the Chargers. See Adoree Jackson, he comes in like a torpedo. I mean, he read this beautifully. He knew it was a screen, and he's just there. If you're Quentin Johnston, you're looking at the quarterback the whole way. You turn your head, and there's just Adoree Jackson's just looking at you. It's one of the most terrifying moments in football. So Herbert is 4 of 8 for 71 yards and a touchdown. His average completion is a yard down the field. Herbert under pressure, rolls left, throws on the run. How did he complete that pass? Oh, Marion Hampton. Oh, so that was Trey Harris, actually. I like Trey Harris. This is one of those kids who I enjoyed watching in college so much. He's so explosive. He's got so much speed, kick return ability as well. Trey, he's a rookie at Ole Miss. He was Jackson Dart's signature guy. He was just so electric in college, and he's kind of continued that a bit here in LA. So the Chargers get the first down there. 1st and 10 now at the 31-yard line. Chance to make it 14-3. Herbert under center. Hand off to Hassan Haskins. Oh, is that still Kimani Vidal? It might still be Vidal. It's still Vidal. All right. 6 yards, 2nd and 4. The Chargers, by the way, they also got back Hassan Haskins for this game. He was taken off of injured reserve at the same time, to which all the Chargers fans in the world went, ugh, this guy. How dare he get injured the one time we need a running back? And as soon as our starting running back's back, he's back too? It's ridiculous. So Greg Roman's in his 2nd season as the Chargers offensive coordinator, his 12th season as an NFL offensive coordinator after spending 10 with the Baltimore Ravens. Herbert handoff Omarion Hampton. Hampton's going to get a yard. It's 3rd and 3. Trey Pipkins the second is injured. Oh, the third, sorry, is injured here now. So Harbaugh will trot onto the field. The Chargers will prepare their backup. 3rd and 4. Hope he's all right. Without Pipkins, I assume Bobby Hart will be coming into the game in his 10th year at Florida State. I assume, but I don't really know. Which coach looks the most intimidating on the sideline? I could make a list about this. That is good. I've just always thought, to me, well, obviously, there's some intimidating coaches out there. Andy Reid, he's such a nice guy, but you see him hobble over. That's not necessarily something. Sean Payton's also, if you've ever met him, he's terrifying from what I know. Not that I've ever met him, but I've heard that he's terrifying. So his presence alone might make him the scariest coach. Dan Quinn's large, so that might be a little scary. Everyone else, as far as scary coaches go, the one I'm thinking of is probably the scariest. I have one in mind. I just don't think anyone else can really compare to him as far as just being scared. He's just scary. just a scary guy. But he's super nice from what I know as well, so it's kind of tough. But he runs a tight ship. Honestly, I think the scariest head coach, most intimidating on the sidelines, gotta be Mike Vrabel, 100%. I mean, I'm gonna see if I can get up here. I can stand on this, and I'll show you how he stands. Just this every single time, just looking at you from the sideline like this is terrifying to me, at least. He's just standing here, just watches the play with his hands on his knees, and he's not a small guy either. He's more like. Then the play ends. Let's go, and then you see him running down the sideline. That's no. If there's a coach that's more intimidating, you let me know. You think whoever, but to me it's Mike Vrabel. That's shown with my little demonstration. I love that pose though so much. It's iconic. If I were a coach, I'm standing like that all the time, just because it's really cool. It's like he kind of invented coach aura farming, to be honest, to catch up with the youngins' terms these days. They might be lined up in the neutral zone. They're gonna say no. Herbert's under pressure, and there's a flag. I think he might have been lined up in the neutral zone. There might also be a holding, so we'll see who the penalty is on. But they're saying it's an incomplete pass or maybe a sack. Unclear at this time. So it was a holding. Apparently he was not in the neutral zone. Jalix Hunt was the one who got the pressure. His knee was down, so it was a sack. There was a sack there. Herbert in a little bit of pain as he gets up. So 4th and 6, we'll send out Dicker the kicker for the Los Angeles Chargers to attempt a 45-yard field goal. Dicker is the Chargers' Walter Payton Man of the Year Award winner, and he's competing for the NFL's. 45-yard attempt's a little shaky at first, but in the end he drills it. 10-3, the Chargers have the lead. I was just thinking, how weird would it have been for someone to join the live stream at the moment that I was up here? I was just crouched and making wild arm gestures this is football. They're saying the touchdown and then the Monstropolis touchdown there as Sully Sullivan getting in on the action with the touchdown. And he's saying, yeah, just come in and I'm up here. What do you mean? I'm very demonstrative. Get it? Demonstrative is also a joke because of the monsters. That is how you say it, though. That was the moment. That would have been funny, too. Oh, who's this? Is that him? Is that just a guy?
Grown man, David Wolf. He's been wearing that since the meeting this morning.
Okay, I think that's one of the men on their crew there. This is returned by Covey, and he's going to be taken down at the 27. Good special teams play by Phillips. Oh my, yeah. That would have, if I was wearing that would have been the best time for Grassy to raid me. Jalen Hurts, he's had a bad day. The interception, fumble, recover, fumble, turned, fumble. Chargers football. Yeah, it was a turnover. For now on, we're just going to call it the Eagles' crazy turnover and just move on with our lives. So 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line where the Eagles will start off now. Sorry. Devonta Smith in motion. Hurts is looking deep again under a lot of pressure. Hit as he throws. It goes incomplete. Jalen Hurts is a little battered right now by this Chargers pass rushing unit. As you see, there's just so much pressure coming at him. The pressure there was by Tui Pelotu. That's my guy. Tuli, oh my bad. Tuli Pelotu. I've practiced so long to say his last name, I forgot how to say his first name. He's had 10 sacks this year. He's having a record year for the Chargers. And he's so young as well. Jalen Hurts under pressure again. It's intercepted, and the Chargers are going to get their second of the day, and the Chargers will take over in Eagles territory. Are you kidding me? And that is Dante Jackson with the interception. Jalen Hurts is hurting his team more than he's helping them. It's bolts up. That was just, it just got jumped. Devonta Smith slipped as well. It wasn't a good throw either. Bad decision, bad throw. Just a terrible play. And yet again, the Chargers are in very favorable position. Kevin Patullo, his rear is getting a little toasty there. You know who else is getting a little toasty for this game? Or at least should be getting warm? Mr. Tanner McKee. At this point, the Eagles need a spark, and Jalen Hurts 2 interceptions on his last 4 passes. Not good. Oh, Herbert, the strip sack. It's Eagles football. Oh, my goodness. What a pass rush. He came totally unblocked. And you get the ball, and you get the ball, and we all are going to get the football. Nakobe Dean absolutely just bulldozes Omarion Hampton. Look at this. He comes straight through. Get out of my way. And just strips the ball right out of Justin Herbert's hands. And now it'll be first down, Philadelphia. What a play by Nakobe Dean. We've seen turnovers upon turnovers. Justin Herbert's just like, I should have held on to the ball. And the Eagles get the turnover there. So we're just handing the ball out now. We've seen 4 fumbles total, 2 interceptions. We got a lot of I wonder what that looks like in the stats thing. Does it say 6 turnovers? It does. It says 3 Eagles turnovers, 2 Chargers turnovers. It's been a rough start so far. After that, wow. So we've seen it's been a wild ride through the second quarter, even though it hasn't necessarily been a high score, and we've seen some defensive plays. And the Eagles getting off the field, their defense is keeping their offense in the game, while Hurts is just, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. They're wrapping the footballs to the other teams right now. Good run by Barkley. He's going to get 9 yards. It'll get him across midfield. I'm telling you, if it happens one more time, I'm going to say Christmas has come early. It's going to be a great call. If Hurts throws one more interception, Hurts, I'm sorry, but if he throws one more, your team's wearing white, bud. Hand off Barkley. He's got the edge, and he's going to get in the solid 6 or 7. 5. Shouldn't have said that. First and 10 for the Eagles. Derwin James was a little shaken up after the play. Hope he's all right. One of the best players on this Chargers defense. That's not what you want to see if you're the Chargers. It's just a great play. I wonder, did he get pulled for a concussion there? Kind of looked like he was fine for the most part. There's an issue with the game clock and the play clock. Yeah, that's what happened. He got kneed in the crown. So that's going to take him out of the game for at least a few plays. Hear me out. Now you throw a deep pass. Not to take advantage of an injury or anything, because obviously that's, it's terrible what happened. But Their best safety's out of the game. However, Saquon Barkley's making all the moves he needs to. He's got 13 yards and a first down. Saquon is running the ball nicely so far today for the Eagles. Honestly, yeah, hand the ball off. I would say you're in decent striking range. Take one shot. If it's not there, it's not there. Great cut by Barkley, twice actually. He's got 11 rushes for 66 yards in the day. 1st and 10 now. Hurts is going to give it to Barkley again. Barkley's going to try and bounce it outside. He's going to get 3. 2nd and 7 coming up for Philadelphia. This Eagles offense is starting to hum. Kind of. A little bit. Maybe false. We'll see next time Jalen Hurts throws the ball. 2nd and 7 now. Barkley, against Chicago last week, he only had 13 runs for 56 yards. Tonight alone, he's got 12 rushes for 62. Landon Dickerson limps gingerly onto the sideline for the Eagles. Hurts is going to throw here. They have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning without Landon Dickerson. Play clock's at 2. Gets the snap off. Hurts, quick throw to A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown's going to get into the red zone for the Philadelphia Eagles. And when we come back out of the 2-minute warning, the Eagles have the chance to tie this game before halftime. We are at the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen some crazy defensive plays, but right now it's the Eagles offense that's moving the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone when we come back. Chargers 10, Eagles 3. Just clearing that up. All right. Recap from the NFL games. Thursday Night Football, Lions pretty much eliminated the Cowboys. Who says defense is boring? It doesn't have to be. Have you seen a Texans game this year? You seen any? Meanwhile, the Dolphins scored 34 points, but it was like the most sluggish game ever. So bad. Dolphins, we scored 34 points. That must have been really entertaining, right? No. No, it wasn't. We scored 21 in the first 8 minutes, and we scored the last 10 in the final, 2. So, we scored 21 points in the first 12 football minutes of the game. And then we scored our last 10 points in the final 6 minutes of the game. So for a solid 2.5 quarters, we were just punting. It was a terrible game. Sure, we scored enough points in the first 10 minutes to win the game, but it was still it's just so boring. I could have been watching the Bengals and the Bills snow game. All right, anyway. So, yeah, the Dolphins beat the Jets. The Jets are eliminated. Officially the longest playoff drought in all major sports, although the Dolphins still hold the title for most seasons without a playoff win, which is arguably worse because at least I've been born for a Jets playoff, okay? At least I was around. It's been so long. I haven't been alive since the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. I'll keep you reminded about that. I have been alive for the Jets last time they made the playoffs. So, the Dolphins is worse. I'm sorry. It just is. It's just undisputed. Steelers beat the Ravens in a big one. Saints stunned the Bucks. Jaguars beat the Colts and ruined their season. Liam Cohen, I said it, tied for the best. I said at the beginning of the season that I thought him and Vrabel were the best hires. So far, I'm 2 for 2. I had a great offseason. My goodness. As far as predicting football goes. The other stuff I wasn't great at. Although, the Mariners to make the ALCS, I was looking good at this time last summer. I was looking pretty good. I'm still looking good, ain't I? Yeah. As far as the predictions go, yeah. So handoff here to this guy. I think that's Bigsby. Yeah, Tank Bigsby. All right, he's going to get some yards there. Landon Dickerson. See what happened to him on the play that he limped off of. Oh, he just gets his ankle tripped up and then landed on late. Not what you want to see. So Landon Dickerson is heading into the locker room for the Eagles. So their offensive line looking a little shorthanded. Howie Roseman, largely considered the best general manager in the NFL. Watch his own. From the Chargers' 13-yard line, the Eagles need to capitalize here. It's play action. He throws short to Goddard. Goddard is going to be out at the 1-yard line. That's a good play. I like that. So far, every play that's been has been a throw to Goddard has been my favorite play calls so far. Just the little short. You don't need 30 yards. You need 13. And that was playing as if you needed 13 yards. You see, this is also a mismatch. Elijah Molden's the safety there. He's high up. So Goddard just slips down, forces Molden to cover a lot of ground there. Well designed. Play clock's at 5, 4, 3. Eagles the only team to score on every goal-to-go drive so far. They didn't get the playoff. Call their timeout. First timeout. I was going to say they got out of the huddle with 5 seconds left. The Eagles call their timeout here. So 1:13 to go until halftime. Eagles are the only team to score on every goal-to-go attempt this season, which is pretty impressive. They haven't been here very often, though. I'll say that. Push sneaks. All right, push sneaks since 2022. 132 rushes, 108 first downs, 32 touchdowns, all lead NFL. Push sneak success, 85% the first 2 years that they tried it. And then week 13, only 67%. Push sneak is wild. Play clock's at 2 again. Handoff Barkley. Saquon tries to fall forward. That doesn't work. Ball is out. He was down, right? That was a while. I feel like he dropped it intentionally. Yeah. 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal now for the Eagles. In other news, Cam Ward defeated Shedeur Sanders in the battle of rookie quarterbacks. Makes sense. Shedeur not on board still. Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired. Meanwhile, the Commanders have punted on their season. The Vikings got a less than convincing shutout win. If you're a Vikings fan, probably shouldn't be all that confident still, just because the Commanders kind of punted on the game, and Jaden Daniels got injured again, but that really hasn't been news at all this week, which is kind of surprising. He got injured, and everyone just went, okay, and moved on because they kind of forgot he was back. 2nd and goal now. Barkley in motion. This will be a pass. Hurts rolls left. Looks, he's got no one. He goes back right. Takes a shot. He's got A.J. Brown. Touchdown Eagles. There's a flag, and it looks like it's coming against Philadelphia. And Nick Sirianni is irate at the officials. Holding on Philadelphia is going to back him up to the 12. 2nd and goal. And that's on Jordan Mailata. He doesn't make those mistakes very often. He's too friendly. So the Eagles' touchdown is reversed. 2nd and goal. Let's see it. He's on Khalil Mack. Yep. Nope, he fell and had to get more traction. And Nick Sirianni. He's really mad there. He really does. As much as Eagles fans hate him, he really does just epitomize Philadelphia. It's just all what they're about. 2nd and goal now. Hurts with a little run fake. Under a lot of pressure. Rolls right. Throws out of bounds. Headed for Barkley. It's 3rd and goal. Well, they're a little spoiled. So 3rd and goal now. I wouldn't approve. I didn't really approve of a lot on that play. Saquon, the little walking routes, I don't love them. I don't love walking routes in general. And I haven't liked them so far. They used them twice already, and it's just not working. And then the little fake run didn't fool anyone. I'll blame him. It wasn't very convincing. Can't believe the boos they were getting lately. I can. Do you know any Eagles fans? I can believe it. So Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, lovely commentators there. A lot of respect for these two guys, but of course, if you don't like them for any reason, you don't like Monsters University, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Ow. I don't know why you wouldn't like Monsters University, but if you do, you could always just come back here and have a nice chat. I respond to live chats, so that's something. Joe Buck doesn't ever do that. I'm surprised he even has Facebook. 3rd and goal now. Excuse me. 3rd and goal. That was our monster of choice. Hurts is going to roll to his right under a lot of pressure. Barely escapes. Turns his entire body. Throws. The ball is loose. And it's recovered by a lineman. He takes it to the 3. Saying it was forward. And that it's an incomplete pass. So the Chargers. We'll see what the ref says here. Yeah, as he said, either way, it's 4th down and goal here, whether it was a forward pass or not. Ooh, that's a fumble. That's a fumble. His arm didn't go forward there. All right. What do I know? It was about as much of a backwards pass. I don't think his arm went forward really, but it was pretty close. It might have just been too close to call. Hurts, he turns here. He shouldn't have. He took his eyes off the downfield and off the incoming pressure, and that's ultimately what got Henley into being able to get the pressure. So Jake the Make is going to come back onto the field to hopefully make a 30-yard field goal. He's 91% from 30 to 39 this season. And the extra point is – sorry, I said extra point. That's how short it was. A field goal, 30 yards, is good. 10-6. Surprised they didn't get the call. It was close. Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well. So the Philadelphia Eagles started the season 4-0, and they got some rough waters. Dropped 2 straight to the Broncos and Giants, and they won their next 4. And then they were 8-2, and they're surfing pretty again. But guess what? Then they lost their next 2 to the Cowboys and Bears, and things suddenly aren't looking so hot. And now they're here in Los Angeles, down by 4. Their offense is barely afloat, staying on the surfing metaphor here. They're just barely afloat right now. And a big reason why is lack of being able to to get the ball on 3rd down, to be able to move the football, and just putting themselves in negative scenarios. A lot of shooting yourself in the foot. That hold-in by Jordan Mailata is what killed them there. They actually outgained the Chargers this half by 47 yards, and they're down by 4. And the Eagles' defense has kept them in the game, but it's just not looked amazing for Philadelphia. The execution just hasn't been there. This one will be returned by, I don't know who, and it's going to be taken over to the 20. There's Hassan Haskins. There you go. Thought I say his name eventually. The NFC playoff picture, the Rams are the first team. The guy who's going to get the bye right now, Matthew Stafford. The North leader is Green Bay, the East is Philadelphia, and the South is Tampa Bay. Seattle, San Francisco, and Chicago are the wild card teams, while Detroit, Carolina, and Dallas are on the outside looking in, but not by much. Well, Dallas isn't going to make it. But Carolina is still very much in reach of Tampa Bay, and Detroit's only a game back on Chicago and company. First and 10, 43 seconds to go. Will we see a little bit of 2-minute drill magic for Justin Herbert and the Chargers? Herbert looks really deep, throws really deep, and there's no one in town. Second and 10. Come on, Dallas. Why are you rooting for them? they have no entertainment factor at this point. From a broadcaster standpoint, they're just not entertaining to watch. That's how I've been describing teams, at least on here. Off here, I just describe teams on how bad they are. But I can't do that. I got to do entertainment factor. So, for instance, as an example, the Broncos, very low. Actually, no, well, they were pretty good at entertainment last week. Let's be honest. Pretty good. Herbert to throw here. He's going to zip one into Keenan Allen. And they got 30 seconds. They're going to go hurry up instead of calling their timeout. 3rd and 4. They're just trying to get a quick play call. Down to 20 seconds. 3rd and 4. Herbert to throw. He throws an interception to the 45. Adoree Jackson's being dragged backwards. There's 7 seconds left. And Adoree Jackson's hurt. But a great interception there. I don't know what happened to the ball there with Herbert. I don't know if that was his hand or what. He just airmailed that ball. Here's the penalty after the play was over. Yeah. Wow. The Eagles have a chance to make this a 1-point game. So that unnecessary roughness penalty. Look at Jalen Phillips. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. He gets all the pressure here. Oh, he got his hand up in there. Let's go, Miami. Born and raised, my guy. Come on. He gets his hand just right on the arm of Herbert. Forces the bad pass. Herbert's eyes. And Adoree Jackson gets the interception. And now the Eagles are back in business. He was hurt there at the end, probably because of the unnecessary roughness on Kamani Vidal, which is first game this turnover. This season's the first game with 6 turnovers in the first half, reminding you that 3 of them came on that one play, I believe. I believe that's ours. Feeling the Eagles would take it back quick. I thought maybe on the kickoff. Yeah, I mean, this is wild. So 10-9. I want to check the play-by-play, make sure there's actually all that, or are they counting? There was the interception, fumble. Right, interception, fumble. Yeah, and then interception, and then the 2 other fumbles. Yes, 6 turnovers in this game, 3 of which were on one play. A little bit of confusion from Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. Looks like they're going to try Jake the Make out onto the field. Actually, maybe not. They're trotting the offense on the field to run a play, maybe take a shot at the end zone. Imagine they come out here with the lead. Tanner McKee has his helmet on, by the way. Saquon having a bit of an argument. Hurts looking for his helmet. A lot of confusion on this Eagles sideline. So Hurts is going to go in the game now. Most turnovers in the first half of the season. That's so funny. We've had some wild games this year. The best game of the year, still Broncos Commanders, strangely. This one has been interesting. I think this wins the award for most turnovers. Jalen Hurts is going to take a shot. No one. 5 seconds now. Yeah. Hurts is he's having a bad game. And Jalen Phillips, that's my guy. Come on. Come on. We get credit for that. We raised him. 48-yard attempt. Now for Jake Elliott. He was good from 41. And Elliott's kick is gonna sail to the left. It's no good. And the Chargers are gonna stay 10-6 at halftime. By the way, that might be another turnover. And so Jake Elliott. Wow, Jake the not make. Yeah, he's far to the left. A disastrous half for Philadelphia is the only way to describe that. Just not a good start, not a good game. Let's hear what Nick Sirianni has to say.
We had a whole half of football. Done a lot of good things. Had some drives still out. Had a chance to get 3 right there. We did it. Welcome to a different day.
You talked all week about wanting your guys to play with confidence and joy tonight. What are you seeing from them?
Yes, that. Yeah, we got to go do it again in the second half.
Yeah, he wasn't really listening. What do you is like positivity and joy from your guys? You seeing that tonight? Whatever you said. Yeah, that. Let's say 27-17. Yeah, I mean, you're on point, other than the fact that this game, there's no way that this is hitting 27-17. But good prediction otherwise. You need the Eagles to get 11 points. You need them to get another field goal and a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Then you need the Chargers to score another field goal and 2 more yeah, you need to have a 17-point half. Yeah, well, that's still alive, but the Eagles will miss a field. I feel like that was a pretty safe bet. Jake Elliott's had a pretty bad season. So Hurts has 2 interceptions. Herbert's got 1. Hurts also has a fumble. Herbert also has a fumble. My goodness. Sloppy game so far for offenses. Defenses both keeping each other in the game at this point for the 2 squads. So, yeah. It's been interesting. All right. I'm going to hop off for halftime. I'll be back in 10 minutes' time for the second half. Should have predicted 6 turnovers. Everyone would have been like, oh, this guy's crazy. 6 turnovers. All right. Well, I will see you all after halftime. Bye-bye. we're going to call it here. Welcome back to the Exponential. What a lovely first half. On to the second. So excited for the second season of Percy Jackson. Not going to lie. I'm looking forward to it. They look so much older. It's like the issue when you cast like teenagers that are, older, slightly older than the age, and it takes time for production and stuff. It just doesn't work out. I don't know how they're gonna keep playing this kid off as 13. No, first Percy Jackson and the Olympians on Disney Plus, fire. Great first season. If you haven't read the books, though, read the books first. Just gotta. You missed the halftime show, in case you weren't paying attention. I was just showing random pictures. One was a meme, the other two were just pictures of Madrid and my game day fit for the Madrid game. Keys to the second half. Let's go. Missed it? Yeah, you missed it. Probably to the root. I just don't like that stuff anyway. That's more what my camera guy watches. He does all that for me. I'll stick to sports. It's just not my thing. I don't enjoy it. By the way, my age is still a mystery. You have no idea how old I am. All you know is that I'm not in college yet. You know nothing else. I watch whatever I want to watch. Halftime's about to come back. So keys to the second half. Here, I'll show my game day fit again as we go in to the second half. But I'll say the keys first. Keys to the second half. Go for 10 yards. You don't need the big plays. Just take it short. Eliminate turnovers. If you're Philadelphia. For Los Angeles, keep Herbert out of harm's way. Give him time to throw, and then the rest will come. Get him rolling a bit. Keep things going. All right, here we go. Game day fit. You ready? 3, 2. Oh, that's not it. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Signature. Just look at that look. Yeah. Yeah. One and the same. Our style. It was a good look. That's like my profile picture now on my phone. I'm like, wow, this is the first good picture of me that there's been in years. Yeah, it was like decently cold in Madrid, and especially in the stadium. So I wasn't quite sure. So I had like a Dolphins polyester like undershirt. The return for the second half, sticking up to the 33-yard line, by the way. Like a Dolphins polyester undershirt underneath. Then I had like a jacket, like a skinny jacket. I don't know what to call them. Like a track jacket, I guess. Underneath or over top that. And then I have the throwback Dolphins jersey on top. Custom with some classic hiking boots. Those are just my normal shoes, though. Just because I prefer, I'm not big on shoes. It's just a me thing. I'm not big on shoes in general. I go for quality over anything else, pretty much. Marion Hampton's going to get the shovel, but he's not going much further. And he's going to go back to the line of scrimmage, maybe at best. 2nd and 10 coming up for Los Angeles. Then, of course, we got the just normal, comfortable, comfort, like track pants, I guess, could say. And then I was charging my phone, which is why there's a wire in it. I have a chart. I like to do this thing. I don't know why no one else has done it. I've never seen it. Maybe it's not as cool as I think it is. But you put the charging bank in one pocket and then the phone in the other so that the cord's just kind of hanging out, which I see no problem with. No one does it though. I'm like, because I can't fit both of them in the same pocket. I don't shoe. Yeah, I don't do that. No, I just when you live in a place where there's like a lot of like mountains and stuff, I'm just like it's better to hike. What about idea? Like my problem is it just doesn't fit in my pocket. 3rd and 4 now. Herbert steps up. He gets the first down with a great move on Nakobe Dean. 6 yards there. Yeah, it's just like this little like style here. It's just like the little cord. It doesn't add anything. I just think it's more comfortable for me personally because my pockets aren't that large. Especially since I tend to wear zipped pockets just because it's easy, especially to a stadium. Just you can hold stuff without losing it. So that's yeah. Herbert under center, I formation now from their own 44. Hand off to Vidal. Vidal's going nowhere. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I'm a trender, setting the fashion trend. For the record, I know absolutely nothing about fashion. My sense of style is horrible. But for instance, my big issue is that I have no middle. Like I got casual, and then I have like formal, and I really struggle to find semi-formal. Like, what's semi-formal? What does that mean? You're like, what is business casual? 4 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. Herbert throws over the middle. It's a nice throw to Quentin Johnson, who's tripped up. Nice tackle made there. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. That was Marcus Epps on the tackle. Yeah, like this is my idea of like business casual. I'm sure I wear a polo shirt, but like I wear this out most of the time. Like I will wear polos out because what else? Like I feel like t-shirts. Sometimes t-shirts are too casual. Okay, so I wear. No one wants me to wear a suit for some reason. So 3rd and 2 now. It's a delayed handoff to Hampton, and Hampton's gonna get the first down. And a lot of pushing and shoving after. But ultimately he's gonna get the first down. Yeah. But I have an issue where like I don't like jeans. I'm not big on jeans. They're not comfortable for me, and I also don't look that good in them. Notable injuries for the Chargers today were Sean Slater's out, and he's out for the year, and so is Joe Alt. So the Chargers' offensive line's a little shorthanded. But as I said, of course, I don't set any fashion trends with my styles. You shouldn't be taking any fashion advice from me. I'm good at picking out clothes for other people, granted, just not for myself. And there go jet sweep here to Trey Harris. This is what he was graded at Ole Miss, but he's quickly taken down by Zach Bond. Yeah, I'm good at picking out clothes for other people, just not myself. Because most of the time I'm just like, whatever. Just buy me like something comfortable. I also like being like wearing athletic clothes for the most part. And just like, yeah, I like polyester in general. Just give me something that I can move around in freely. Which is part of the reason I don't like jeans very much. I will wear them if I have to, but there's very few places where they say, yeah, jeans are required. Their dress code. Hand off to Vidal. He's going to get a yard. 3rd and 7. Close to a face mask penalty here. That's funny. Jeans are the cousin to the straight jacket. 3rd and 7. The Chargers at their third down already. And this time pressure comes for Herbert. Herbert steps up, somehow gets away and gets the first down. Heroics by Justin Herbert. A magic act. A 16-yard run by Justin Herbert, evading everyone. Wow. Just a little disappearing act there. Nakobe Dean, he just comes right through. Good pressure on the edge as well. I don't know how he gets out of that. Showing his athleticism that's often overlooked. Hero. Herbert 7 of 13 for 103 yards, a touchdown and interception today. Handoff Hampton. Hampton's only going for a yard. Second down. Herbert also has a fumble, by the way. Second and 9 now. Greg Roman's calling the plays here. A little look at his play call sheet, whatever Trice is. Second and 9. $8:33 to go here in the third quarter. Hampton in motion. Herbert to throw. Pressure coming from Bond. Flips it underneath. And it's complete to Oronde Gadsden. He obviously wanted more there. Oronde Gadsden II has really come into his own this year. He's become the best tight end on this Chargers team. Rookie out of Syracuse. Yeah, they're putting that up there right there. Yeah, look at them saying the same thing as me. They copied me. That's not fair. 534 receiving yards through week 13, which is fourth by rookies. And we had 5. No, that's funny. 3rd and 2. Hampton tries to get to the edge. This time, they're not getting the first down. Marcus Epps. And a great tackle there by Marcus Epps keeps them from getting the first down. It's 4th and 2 now. So the Chargers will send out their field goal unit. Unless they're willing to try their, get a little gambling, even though they're not in Vegas. By the way, Justin Herbert took that a little too literally. He broke his hand in Vegas and said, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I'm playing next week. Cameron Dicker's 36-yard attempt is right down the middle. 13-6, the flag. If this is on Philly, could give the Chargers a first down.
Give the Chargers a first down. Against Philly.
Oh. That's unacceptable. Moro Ojomo gets unsportsmanlike. Maybe leverage? I don't. What was unsportsmanlike about that? Oh, they didn't say leverage though. I said leverage. Didn't he say unsportsmanlike conduct? Is that just me? Leverage is more acceptable, but didn't he just say unsportsmanlike conduct? Am I wrong? Am I hearing things? Yeah, he did. Okay, I was like, that's not unsportsmanlike. So the Chargers get another try, and the Eagles are trying to make them regret it. Reed Blankenship pushes them back 4 yards. Great tackle on Kamani Vidal. 2nd and goal now for the Chargers at the Philadelphia 13. I'd like to remind you that this has been a 8-minute drive. There is 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Eagles have not touched the football. I'm on fire right now. They just showed the stat. I wasn't even looking over there. 2nd and goal. Play clock's at 3. Herbert steps up under pressure. He's going to be taken down, and the Eagles are really making them pay for not taking the 3 points. At this point, it's looking like they might just re-kick. Maybe give the Eagles another chance to block it. It's happened before. You see Ojomo just getting good pressure in on the quarterback there, and then Nolan Smith finishing the job. Alex Hunt as well. Oh, he punched his broken hand. Alex Hunt hitting his broken hand, trying to get to the ball. Ouch. That should have been a sportsmanlike conduct. Herbert under pressure, throws short to Vidal. That's incomplete. There's something I can say about this Eagles defense is that even though the ball is clearly incomplete, they always pick it up. I love that. I would love the Dolphins to do that. The Dolphins just kind of like, if it's a backwards pass, they're like, whatever. We'll get it next time. Even when it's a forward pass, it's like, what are you doing? They're not even going for the ball. But even there, that was obviously an incompletion. And Reed Blankenship still went out of his way to pick the ball up just in case. And I like to see that. So 34-yard field goal attempt from Dicker the kicker. This one's going to go in. And 13-6. Does it hurt? Yeah, exactly. Just pick it up. There's no reason not to. If it's a fumble, you get the ball. So 13-6, touchdown lead for the Chargers. What a lovely Barnes & Noble. Man. What a Barnes & Noble. I miss Barnes & Noble. I've only ever been to like 2, though. If I'm being honest. It's kind of you don't need any more than 1 though, right? Or any more than 2. There's one at a mall nearish to us, and we go to that one when we're in Central Florida. Otherwise, there's no Barnes and Nobles where we are or anywhere in Europe. That's probably that's how I know you're not Central Florida, really. That you're just like, because people in Central Florida, they'll be like, I know what you're talking about. I like the Barnes and Noble by the mall. They're like, yeah. They all know it. Or they used to, at least. But now malls are kind of just not popular anymore. Yeah, Barnes & Noble is cool. I miss Barnes & Noble. I liked it better when they had seats in the Barnes & Noble. And this is when everyone that's ever been to this particular Barnes & Noble will go, yeah, seats at Barnes & Noble. Yeah, there used to be a seating area, so you could get coffee at the Starbucks that was inside the Barnes & Noble. And you could grab a coffee there, take it, and drink the coffee while sitting down and reading your books. And then they got rid of the chairs for some reason. That was stupid. Dolphins Steelers next week on Sunday Night Football, or Monday Night Football, between the Dolphins and the Steelers. We're gonna lose that. So I'll be watching that one. So next week whatever you guys want, I guess. Vikings, Cowboys, or Falcons, Buccaneers. Whatever you want. Yeah, it's not amazing. Jordan Mailata is the Eagles NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year. And he absolutely deserves it. He's such a cool guy. Not that I've ever met him, but just look at the way he talks. He's so nice. And the Eagles social media team really paints him in a good light. He's a nice looking guy, nice sounding guy. He just seems like a great person. Cameron Dicker didn't know. But Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year nominees, show some support to your nominee of your team this year. Inside of Barnes & Noble, inside of one. Yeah. Mainly malls and dining slow. Yeah, it's just happening to a lot of malls. Covey will return this one to the 30. He's got a nice return. 35. Ball's loose. And he gets back on top of it. We almost had the Chargers almost got the ball back. That was a 10-minute drive, and they almost got the ball again. They had the opportunity to keep the Eagles offense off the field for the third quarter. That would have been catastrophic for Philadelphia. There would have been no coming back. The Chargers, wow. So after all of that 10-minute drive, the Eagles are still only down by 7. Not that they've had much luck. Devonta Smith in motion. Hurts under center. Play action. Hurts steps up, throws. He's got A.J. Brown. And a little bit of soft defensive zone there by the Chargers. Gets a nice big play to the Los Angeles 38. That's a 26-yard passing catch there. So, Eagles moving quickly now. Brown actually slipped on his route, and he was just open. Chargers kind of blew the defense a bit there. As Jalen Hurts is trying to get back into his rhythm after a rocky first half. Hurts slips. He steps forward, rolls to his left, evading traffic, throws out of bounds towards Dallas Goedert. 2nd and 10. Who?
Right before halftime, he didn't come back to the field with the rest of the team immediately, took over at the time. He is now back on the bench, but again, questionable to return.
So Landon Dickerson is questionable to return with a calf injury, as Lisa Salters just told us. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Play clock's at 3. We have seen a lot of scenarios where the play clock has been low. It's at 1. Okay. Apparently they got it off. Barkley's biting time, and he's going to get pushed out for a loss of 5. Not the prettiest play there if you're Philadelphia. Tier Tart was shaken up a bit after that one. He's also the one who got the immediate pressure there. Yeah, he just got pushed out of bounds. It's a nice play there made by Tier Tart. Also a former Miami Dolphin, by the way. I'm telling you, one of these days I need to make a video where it's just me hand-picking former Dolphins players that have been better in other places and putting them into different positions and then like simulating that team in Madden to see if they make the Super Bowl. Spoilers, if we name them the Dolphins, they won't. If we name them the Eagles, though, they will. Problem is, I don't have... Sorry, I don't have the PlayStation version. So I'll have to get someone to do it. I'll have to send them the team and have them simulate it. So 4th and 8, Jake Elliott is going to come out for a field goal. Jake the miss. He's missed his last field goal from 48. This one's 54. So he was good from 41 and 30. No good from 48. Will he make this one? The kick is up for Elliott, and it is good. He sneaks it in from 54. 13-9 here in SoCal. Chargers 13, Eagles 9. All right. The Eagles got cooking a bit. I had the big issue was time of possession. Chargers time of possession. Their opening drive of the third quarter, 9 minutes and 28 seconds. Eagles opening drive of the third quarter, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. The result was the same, but the Eagles might find themselves running a little low on time soon. Hard Knocks has kind of just fallen from the graces a bit, haven't they? I feel like it's been significantly less popular lately. Oh, it's the Jet season. How was it? Oh, wait. That was good. Those shirts look nice. I would get one of those. I appreciate the style. Not the khaki shorts. Not the khaki pants, though. I don't love those. But the shirt's not terrible. How did they give me? Never. Yeah. Just don't. Just choose not to. They're just a failure of a franchise. The owner's not very good. Aaron Glenn, I don't blame Aaron Glenn very much. Darren Moogie, or Moogie, however you say his name, kind of sold their season early. I need to start talking about college football. I'm realizing I'm running out of time, and the World Cup draw. We only have a quarter left. So yeah, next one we're going to talk college football playoff. We're going to talk Notre Dame, Miami, and I'll give some quick predictions. Also, if you'd like, I'll throw in some options for the college football playoff commentaries if you prefer those to some regular season boring NFL games. Showing the future Super Bowls. SoFi and then Atlanta. Kamani Vidal is running his way, and he's going to be down at the 24. Good special teams there for the Eagles. 1st and 10 now. For dinner, I know this is surprisingly popular for some reason. For dinner, I had a Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Yeah, that's pretty good. Enjoyed it. First and 10. College would be good. Yeah. It turns out the only college game, I'll say it after this, Herbert steps up. He's going to have to run. He takes a huge hit. Ball's out. He almost got, he got drilled. But the Scott Matlock hops back on the ball. There was almost another turnover. Yeah, balls pops loose here. Herbert he takes a huge hit. Watch his hand here. Oh, ow. Oh, ow. Broken hand, ow. Yeah. It turns out the only college game I did, which is back in the first commentary of the year, Miami Notre Dame, actually ended up being the one that decided who was in the college football playoffs. So, foreshadowing, you're welcome. Kamani Vidal, nice run. He's got a lot of running room. He's going to get about 20, but there's a flag. He wanted more. Holding. Offense. On Will Dissly. All right, so it's coming back. Let's see it here. Where is he? There's potentially a low block there as well. Herbert's hand is hurt. Nice job, Troy Aikman. Herbert hurt his hand even more because he is now handing off with his right hand. I was like, what's he focusing on? And then I finally saw it. So on that big hit, Herbert banged up his finger a bit more. 2nd and 13. Ooh, blitz coming from Bond. Herbert under pressure. He's going to be taken down by so many Eagles. It was a race to the quarterback. It's now 3rd down. And Eagles fans are on their feet now as they're only down by 4 and their defense is putting on a show. Zach Bond, he announced his presence by coming early, and then he made him pay. He gets first to the quarterback. I mean, that is crazy. Imagine being an NFL player and you announce that you're coming on a blitz, and then you actually follow through with it all the way and get the sack. 4 sacks for the Eagles on the day. Handoff here. It's going to go for 4 yards. That's Kamani Vidal. That'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles, Jalen Phillips, going to get him off the field. 4th and 18. Defense, they're tied 9th in the NFL in points per game. I told you that at the beginning. And that was the big stat to look for. And it looks like I was right about that being the best, the top stat to look for. Because this has been a low-scoring one. So J.K. Scott will punt from his own 3-yard line. And a booming punt. Takes a little bit of a fall. Be fair caught at the 38-yard line, where Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will try and take the lead, or maybe just another field goal. But Justin Herbert, he's getting battered. Whew, he's had better days. Been sacked 4 times. Eagles defense is the one in control right now. Zap, zap. All I think when I hear the word zap, I think of the Lego Christmas special for Star Wars, like one of the older ones. Just like, do what I say, zappity, zappity. And he just says, oh, that's really funny. Best childhood memories. Let's talk college football. All right. The big thing was who gets in. Alabama, Miami, Notre Dame, BYU. College football is complicated. I don't know how much you know college football, so I'll wrap it up here. 5 of the highest rated conference champions have to get in. There's the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, and then there's the group of 5. The group of 5 comprises of 5 conferences: the Conference USA, the Sun Belt, the American Conference, and the Mountain West, and there's one other that I forget. However, there are independent teams. I'll go through this in a minute for you better to tell you who's who and what's what. But essentially the 5 highest rated of those. So there's 9 conferences that could get in. The 5 highest rated get a spot in the bracket. Guaranteed. Otherwise, they get an at-large bid, which means they're just one of the best teams in the country. And that's how they get there. So the number 1 seed in the country was Indiana. In the first top 4 teams of this college football bracket, they're the teams that are going to get a bye in the playoffs. So 12-team playoff, 4 of these teams are getting a bye. You following? Good. So Indiana is the top team, Big 10 champion. They're in there. Number 1. Number 2, you got Ohio State, Big 10 runner-up. They were the best team in the country before Indiana unseated them in the Big 10 title game, ruining their perfect season. So now they're the 2 seed. The 3 seed's Georgia. They're the SEC champion. So they have that seed. The 4 seed is Texas Tech. They're the Big 12 champion. So those are the 4 teams with the bye. They will not be playing first. 5 seed is Oregon. They're in the Big 10. They're an at-large bid. 6th team is Ole Miss. They're an at-large bid in the SEC. 7th team is Texas A&M. They're an at-large team in the SEC. 8th team is Oklahoma, at-large bid in the SEC. 9th team is Alabama, at-large bid in the SEC runner-up. I'll continue with this. 10th team is Miami, who made it in the ACC. 11th team is, so Saquon Barkley's losing 2 yards there. 11th team is Tulane, who is the group of 5 champion of the American Conference. There was an offside on Los Angeles that's going to push the Chargers forward. Offside on Tier Tart. The 12th seed is James Madison, who is the 5th highest conference champion due to very strange circumstances, which I will explain at the next commercial. I had to just set the foundation for this one. That's why I wanted a lot of time to do college football. So now you know generally what's happening and who's in the playoffs. Okay? And then we'll go into the controversy in a moment and how they got to where they are. All right. Jalen Hurts under center. Hurts play action. Derwin James shoves aside Barkley. Hurts running out of room. Throws it out of bounds. 2nd and 5. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. One more play. Derwin James. He's like, no, I got him. As he just shoved aside Saquon Barkley. Tuli Pelotu as well. This Chargers defense has been really, really good this season. They're telling you, Jesse Minter. I'm kidding. We're not firing McDaniel. We're not firing him. Team hasn't stopped playing for him yet. 2nd and 5. Play clock's at 1. They're going to say you got it off. It's a screen to Goddard. And Goddard stretches. It's going to be 3rd and 1. When we come back, potentially the first tush-push opportunity of the game. When we start the 4th quarter. Chargers 13, Eagles 9. It's been a rough day for both teams, but they're still both in it. heading into the final quarter of football. Hey, it's that girl. She's at every Chargers game. All right. So now that you know the top 12 teams, let's talk about why it was such a big deal. So normally the top four, the Power Four conferences get bids. So that's the SEC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the ACC. I already told you the Big 10 got Indiana as their champion. The Big 12 got Texas Tech. The SEC got Georgia. What happened to the ACC? I told you that Miami is in the ACC. They made it, but they made it as an at-large bid, not as the ACC champion. Why? Because the ACC is a screwed-up conference. Basically, what happened was 6 teams have the same conference record. So instead of it being the team with the best record, it's the team with the best record against other teams in the conference that get to play in the ACC championship game, which decides pretty much normally who gets in. So in this game, the teams that were tied were Pittsburgh, Miami, Georgia Tech, SMU, Virginia, and Duke. Those were the 6 teams, right? SMU did not make it because they lost to Cal in the final week of the season. Miami did not make it because they lost 2 games earlier. Their only 2 games they lost were against other ACC teams. Therefore, they lost the tiebreaker against those teams, including they lost to SMU. Duke was 6-2, and they ended up making it in conference. They were 6-2 in conference play, 7-5 overall. 7-5. That is perfectly meh of a record. Not good enough to make the college football playoffs, but they're in, even though Miami has 3 more wins than them because they own the tiebreaker over Miami because they beat someone that Miami lost to. The other team that made it in was Virginia. Virginia beat Pitt head-to-head. They didn't play Miami, but since they beat Louisville, who Miami lost to, they get it over Miami. So even though Miami is the best team in the ACC, Miami is out of the ACC championship game. It's Virginia and Duke. If Virginia wins the ACC championship game, they're in instead of James Madison, who's the 12th seed. Spoiler alert, Virginia did not beat Duke. So Duke then says, well, we have to be the team in. We're the ACC champion. The committee says, you're also 7-5. So they go with James Madison, who's a group of 5 team. And a little shovel here to Saquon. He's going to get the first down and more. Saquon, breakaway, touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley, it's about time. And Philadelphia breaks it open on the first play of the 4th quarter. And the Eagles take their first lead of the game. Saquon takes off. Wow. And the Eagles, they lined up quickly, and the Chargers were expecting tush push, and it's just a shovel to the outside with great blocking, beautiful play calling, and even better execution. And the Eagles have the lead over the Chargers in stunning fashion. Wow. Monday Night Football has just been turned on its head. Barkley, the big touchdown. The Eagles now have a 16-13 lead. Kevin Patullo, his job might be saved another week after that one. Wow. Incredible. So the Chargers are now down by 3 going into the 4th quarter, basically. And that was close. I almost missed it completely. I was talking over here. I'm like, all right, game's back. I guess I should just call this play and go back to what I was saying. Now I just get a commercial. So we're going to go back to what we were saying, but incredible there from Philadelphia and Saquon Barkley, mostly all Barkley, getting his game back on. All right. So James Madison, they were the 5th highest ranked conference champion. So they had to put James Madison in. Even though James Madison has not faced competition that Duke has at all, because they're in a group of 5. They don't play the same teams, the same caliber teams, but they have to stick to the rules, right? So that's why James Madison's the 12 seed. Duke ruined Virginia and also potentially ruined Miami. So There's another team I'd like to introduce you to. Another two teams, actually. BYU and Notre Dame. BYU was 11-1 heading into championship weekend. Miami is 10-2. Notre Dame is 10-2. And then lastly, Alabama is 10-2. So I introduced Alabama. They're the 9 seed in the rankings, right? So Alabama, they lose to Georgia in the SEC title game. They lose to them 28-3 or 28-7. That's a pretty bad loss. So we expected Alabama to be out because they're 10-3 now. They have a loss more than Notre Dame and Miami. And they have a win less than BYU. BYU, meanwhile, they actually also lost to Texas Tech. They lost that one 34-7. So only a 6-point difference between the two teams. Going into the final week, BYU was the 11th ranked team. Notre Dame was 10th. Alabama was 9th. Miami was 12th. Teams 11 and 12 are going to get kicked out for James Madison and for Tulane. So then we get kind of that conundrum. So 2 of these teams are out. 2 of these 4 are out. Alabama loses badly. Notre Dame and Miami don't play. Notre Dame is what we call an independent team, by the way, in case you didn't know. They don't have a conference, so they can't play in a conference championship game. Other team, Alabama, they lost. BYU, they lost. Miami didn't play. Notre Dame didn't play. BYU's loss dropped them 2 spots in the rankings. Miami is now team 11. Alabama's loss, however, does not move them. So Alabama loses about as badly as BYU loses, but BYU goes down 2 spots. Alabama does not. However, during a time when both teams did not play a game, did not play a snap, Miami leapfrogged Notre Dame and ended up in the playoffs. So the question is, was that the right decision? Did that play out as it should have played out? So I will get to that on the next commercial, Blake. So I just gave you a lot of information, so try and process that during this sequence for the Chargers, and then on the next commercial, I'll give my opinion on whether they made the right decision. Handoff Kamani Vidal. Vidal is going to get 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. So after that Saquon touchdown, it's only a field goal game. I was a little shocked they kicked the extra point. I would have probably gone for 2. But I'm also riskier than Nick Sirianni, especially with the way this team is playing. So yeah, it's complicated. There's this 4-team controversy going on. Herbert has a free rusher on him, escapes, flips one into Ladd McConkey. First time we're calling his name, and he gets over the 40. That's a 12-yard gain. So you see McConkey here, he just kind of slips out. He's running a normal route, and then Herbert's under a lot of pressure, and they just kind of forget about him. Nolan Smith comes down to try and get Herbert on the sack, and he just sidearms it to McConkey. Yeah, that's just being less aware of your receiver. Nolan Smith didn't even know that he was on him. 1st and 10. Handoff to Vidal, and Vidal's not going to go much of anywhere. It'll be 2nd and 7. Defensive pressure for the Eagles tonight has been spot on. Nakobe Dean started off the game. He's had some crazy pressures. He had the forced fumble earlier as well. And then Jalen Phillips causing the interception. And Zach Bond forcing another fumble. And then Zach Bond getting another sack. And the Eagles have just been all over the place. Herbert in a game where he's already beaten up with a broken finger, or a broken hand, actually. He's the back of his left hand. He's not having a great game. He's taken way too many hits in this one, especially with that injury. And he's got another one here. And somehow Nolan Smith doesn't get him. I mean, Nakobe Dean, but he didn't get him. He had a straight shot at him. And he just flies by Justin Herbert. Look at Nakobe Dean here. I mean, he's got a straight shot, just pure speed. Hits him dead on, and Herbert somehow just spins away. I mean, right now, if he's on the sideline over there, Herbert better be counting his prayers. He's like, whew. That would have hurt. And a big escape there by Herbert. 3rd and 3 now. It's a pass. Pressure coming from Bond on the edge. Herbert throws over top and overthrows Kamani Vidal. 4th and 3 now. 12 minutes left. Your defense has been playing well for the most part, so it looks like the Chargers are going to punt here. So McConkey, he's covered. I don't know why they circled him there. Here's J.K. Scott here, 4th and 3. And this punt is a good one. He's got him at the 5. Oh, Britton Covey slips out, still slipping out. He's got the 20-25 great return by Britton Covey. And he keeps the Eagles from being backed up. And a mighty fine return there, where Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will start their drive when we come back to Monday Night Football. Saquon, he was running fast. And now once the wheels are turning, it's hard to get him to stop. There's no brakes on this vehicle. All right. So now back to college football. Now that we're on another commercial here. As I mentioned, there's those 4 teams. I'd like to point out some other things that made this decision more complex. Alabama beat Georgia in the regular season. So they lost to Georgia in the SEC title game, but they beat them in the regular season. However, Alabama lost to Florida State. This is a new team I'm entering into the picture. Florida State is a team that is not very good, but Alabama still lost to them, and Miami beat them. So Miami has that on Florida State. You're seeing the college football first round now. So Miami has that on Alabama. Notre Dame is 10-2. Here's the deal. Miami beat Notre Dame in the very first game of the season, head-to-head, which is by far the utmost tiebreaker. Miami beat Notre Dame. Yet Notre Dame was still favored to be in the field. And then lastly, BYU. This is an interesting one because BYU lost only twice this season, and both times they lost to Texas Tech. They had only one team that they lost to all season, and now they're at risk of missing out. The correct decision, in my opinion, should have been Miami as the 9 seed and Notre Dame as the 10 seed. However, by some unknown decision, in probably one of the stupidest decisions the committee could have made, Alabama is the 9 seed. So it doesn't feel right by any means. So Notre Dame, by not doing anything, dropped from the 10 seed to the 12 seed and got kicked out of the playoffs. And the reason why is because they decided, and BYU as well, really, BYU got kicked out. We didn't really think they were going to be in, but it was surprising that they got bumped down that far, especially considering Alabama. You're over there with Alabama, and they lost pretty much the same to another really good team. 2 teams that are in the top 4. Alabama lost that one. They didn't move at all. BYU loses theirs. They drop 2 spots. So then when does it come to? When do the lines blur? A bit, huh? There's a face mask penalty, or should have been, on the kick return, by the way. They didn't call it, though, so to the 27 it goes. For Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts to throw. He's under pressure. He rolls right. Hurts throws quickly. He's got a man and a first down. A nice play there is Cooper. I think there was a hold on Mack on the touchdown too. Okay. Interesting. So the refs are missing some calls now. So yeah, Miami, I think the obvious decision was Miami is over Notre Dame because of the head-to-head victory. Miami should have been above Alabama. And Notre Dame should have been above Alabama. BYU's drop was, okay, whatever. Oh, it's intercepted! And at the tip off of A.J. Brown's hands, it's picked off! The 7th turnover of the game, and Jalen Hurts turns the ball over again. And the Chargers take over in Eagles territory. Here I was just talking away, and a quick snap results in a bad throw, well, a fast throw, and an incomplete. A.J. Brown, it just slips out of his hands. I think that was Tarheeb Still on the interception. It's actually a good route run by Brown. He just doesn't reel it in, and it just lands right in the hands of Tarheeb Still. And so the Chargers are back in business. What a defensive game. That's not the prettiest throw. It was high, fast, and wobbly. Wow. All right. So the Chargers take over. That's Hurts' third interception? Yeah, third interception of the day. 7 turnovers between these two teams. Herbert, play action. Steps up. He'll be sacked again. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Yet again, good pressure on Justin Herbert. So quickly wrapping up college football, the committee shouldn't have pulled down Notre Dame. Notre Dame is really upset. They're whining right now. They should not be whining. They're complaining. They opted out of a bowl game. They're mad. They're saying the ACC betrayed them because they're in the ACC in every other sport but football, and they're mad about that. But ultimately, they made the wrong decision with Alabama, the right decision with Miami. Handoff to Vidal. He's going to get 5 yards. Obviously, everyone is entitled to their own opinion on college football, but for me, it's Miami, yes. Alabama, what are you doing? That one was the odd choice. Miami should have been in, but ultimately, Alabama favoritism is too much. I'm stunned Miami made it in because the committee has heavy favoritism with Alabama and Notre Dame. So I'm shocked that Notre Dame missed the playoffs and that Miami made it. What people were confused about is how Miami leapfrogged Notre Dame when they were near each other, but Miami wasn't ahead of them a week ago, even though they had the head-to-head victory. But they jumped them in a game when neither did anything. Herbert to the sideline. He hits Keenan Allen for a first down, 10 yards. So it's complicated, but that paves the way for college football playoffs starting December 20th-ish. Yeah, quick little throw to Keenan Allen. He's 3rd all-time on the Chargers' leading receivers list in franchise history. It's only Allen's 2nd catch of the day. It feels like Herbert just hasn't thrown the ball very much. Play clock at 1. They get it off. Hand off to Hampton. Oh, Marion Hampton's going to get 3 yards. College football gets me thirsty. Sorry. It's very complicated. The reason they came up with the 12 system is because the 4 system was too controversial because there was a big controversy about Alabama and Florida State. And Alabama ended up getting in instead Florida State, even though Florida State was the better team by far. They just decided Alabama was playing better at the time. Handoff of Marion Hampton. Hampton's going to try and get the edge. He's not going to get the first down, but he's going to come close. It'll be 3rd and 3. It's always Alabama. They love Alabama, which is the problem. They do have favorites. AFC playoff picture, the Broncos are the first, Patriots are the East leader, Jags are the South, Steelers are the North. The Bills, Chargers, and Texans fill out the wild card. The Colts, Ravens, Chiefs, and apparently the Dolphins are scrambling, as they say. So the Eagles are all chanting defense now, trying to get their team to get a stop here in the red zone. Herbert, 3rd down, pressure coming. He's got a rusher. He's rolling right. He's throwing to the back. It's incomplete. 4th and 3 for the Chargers. They're going to take the field goal. Do you think they're going to make any big changes in the system? Ultimately, I think the big change is going to come with Notre Dame. Notre Dame's really mad. And they've already announced that that they're going to guarantee that if Notre Dame finishes in the top 12, then they're going to be in the playoffs because of a deal that's signed for next year or something or other. I didn't read too much into it because I don't really care. Notre Dame's out. They need to stop whining. They're complaining far too much. Like, I get it. You're out. Move on. You're men. Come on. Like, and no one should be whining that much. I don't know why I said man. No one should be whining that much. Like, grow up, first of all. Like, this is a 71-year-old athletic director complaining about how his poor football team got snubbed from the playoffs, and they're an independent team, but they made the choice to be independent. They don't get the advantage of having a good schedule. So that's just one. And you lost to Miami, which is automatically a tiebreaker. But they're just complaining for complaining's sake and just being petty about it. And they want change. But ultimately, I don't believe the committee is going to change. It's a new system. It's only been implanted for 2 years now. And it's at the point where nothing terrible has happened. This wasn't an overly egregious mistake. There was a lot of drama building up to it. Ultimately, Miami should have been in over Notre Dame. Alabama should not have been. BYU has more of a right to be mad than Notre Dame, really. Because, yeah, Notre Dame lost to Alabama, but BYU is like, how come we dropped and they didn't? But BYU has said nothing. BYU has said nothing. That's how you take a loss. You got to lose like a winner. I think that's my issue with this. And now Notre Dame's just complaining about losing. They're being sore losers because they didn't get in. Meanwhile, BYU hasn't said a thing. They're over there like, yeah, we lost to the same team twice, and the team who's lost 3 games to 3 bad teams is in ahead of us. It is what it is. BYU is like, we're not going to change anyone's mind. But Notre Dame's just complaining, and there's no reason for it at this point. And honestly, they've taken it a second too far. They need to stop now. We get it. It's over. You lost. Try again next year. Nobody cares anymore. So the system won't change. As much as Notre Dame wants it to, it shouldn't at this point. It should have changed if Notre Dame got in and Miami didn't. You know why? Is because that would eliminate regular season games. It would make them irrelevant. Head-to-head victory. I mean, it would be like saying the Packers and Bears have the same record. The Packers beat the Bears twice in the regular season in both of their division games, but the Bears are still winning the AFC North. That's the equivalent. It's that ridiculous that they were considering to put Notre Dame ahead of Miami. That would have caused change. That would have eliminated the College Football Playoff Committee. As it is, I do think the ACC is going to change how they choose their teams because they have struggled a bit as far as getting teams into the playoffs. Because it should have been Miami in the championship game. And honestly, if Miami had lost in the championship game, everyone would have been okay with it. They would have gone, okay, Miami lost, whatever, Virginia's in. But it shouldn't have been Duke there in the first place. It should have been Miami and Virginia. And, it just didn't happen. 16-16 now after the Cameron Dicker made field goal. So now Britain Covey is going to return this one out to the 30-yard line where the Eagles will have 7 minutes and 20 seconds to win this football game. Game recap. Early interception by Big Man, forced fumbled from Big Man, recovered by Hurts, forced fumbled, and then fumble recovered by Big Man. And Jalen Hurts, another interception. It's been a game of turnovers. Then Herbert, fumble, and recovered by Big Man. And Herbert throws again. It's intercepted again. Hurts throws, it's tipped, it's intercepted. It's turnovers. Merry Christmas defense. And now we're back in the present, 7:21 to go here in the fourth quarter, 1st and 10, tied at 16 apiece. Derwin James showing some pressure. He brings blitz as a free runner. Devontae Smith on the screen. He's going to get 3 yards before he is body slammed for a gain of 3. 2nd and 8 now. They gave him 2. Still trying to get the overtime coin reflip overturned from the Packers Cardinals. Maybe. Hurts. It's just a little screen. Derwin James. I saw him coming on the blitz and he was unblocked. So clever screen there. Good job by Hurts getting it around James. Derwin James could have easily taken that the other way. And off to Barkley. Barkley's going to get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6. Just play for the 6. Tonight, there's been 2 touchdowns, 6 field goals, 4 interceptions, and 5 fumbles. There's been 9 turnovers and 8 scores. That's crazy. Well, not turnover. There's been 9 turnovers / almost turnovers. Oh, that's a first date. Sorry. It's like a young couple in the crowd there, and one of them is wearing a jersey over a hoodie, and one of them is just not wearing anything. I'm like, oh, that's your first time going to a football game. Jalen Hurts rolls left under so much pressure, throws, it's almost intercepted. Dante Jackson almost had his second of the day. Whew. He wanted that one. 4th and 6, so the Eagles are punting. There's only 5 minutes and 55 seconds left. You need their defense to come up with a stop. Are we about to get our second overtime game in a row? Crazy. Hurts took a big hit at the end of that one. Ouch. Yeah, I don't know if you saw them. They were all I saw. It was just this one, like, taller guy, his weird, haircut looking, like, over his eyes almost. Punt by Braden Mann. And he was just staring. He was clapping, girl next to him. They looked about the same age, which is why I'm like, oh, that's a date. But it's like, she's not really into this kind of thing. Which honestly means he's good. That's good for him, honestly. It means she likes him enough to go with him to a football game that she probably doesn't care about that much. She wasn't wearing it. She was just wearing like gray crop top. I'm like, that's not. I'm like, oh. That's called people watching. They were like young couple too. Like young. Like I want to say 17. If they're 18, they're like a young 18. If you saw them. Like 5 and 6? Is that age? And then like, yeah. They were like, I want to say something. I was people watching this. But like it was clearly like she wasn't all there. She was just like, what's happening? But as an appreciator of football, I appreciate the effort very much. Yeah. So it's a green flag. It is. That should be like some like relationship advice. Like get you a girl who'll go to a football game with you without any investment in either team. .546 to go in the fourth quarter. Both teams tied at 16. The Chargers have the ball at their own 25-yard line. Saquon's earlier touchdown was 52 yards. That's true. That's true. She didn't bring her jersey, though. That's the problem. Like, what happened? Oh. Crazy. Of course it was a Dolphins game. Well, no way. She didn't bring her jersey. That's the loss of 2 yards from Kamani Vidal. Jalen Phillips. Let's go. Oh, man. Way to blow us all out, Connie. Guys, it's my birthstone. That's a great clip. That's honestly, way to blow us out, guys. Guys, it's my birthstone. How did you forget? 2nd and 11. 24-yard line. Justin Herbert, under pressure, steps up. He's got some room. Ooh, takes a tough hit on. Is he all right there? Yeah, he's going to shake it off. Tackled a little awkwardly there by Nolan Smith. So there's a really high safety up there. And just for a slim second, he's got a spot in the zone. He just decides to take it himself. And look at the top. Yeah, it's just an awkward landing. Herbert's only completed 10 passes tonight for 132 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Herbert to throw. Under pressure again. Rolls right. He's going to be taken down. Incredible defensive line play. It's Jordan Davis, the 7th sack of the day for the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles are going to get the Chargers off the field in 2 minutes and get the ball back. Great defensive stand from Philadelphia. As he steps up, look at this big defensive lineman. I mean, that is what you have defensive linemen for, really. You never hear us shout out the linemen enough. Those big interior D linemen. Those guys are the heroes. There may be someone lined up in the neutral zone for Philadelphia. But again, the blue line is just an estimation. There is no flag, so we're assuming it's good. Covey's got some nice return. He's got to the 35, the 40, and he's going to be out at the 41-yard line. Another good return from Britain Covey. Oh, what is that from? It's from just like a YouTube, like, I don't know what to call it. Like comedy channel. And they were playing a game where they're trying to guess stuff. It was like, amethyst, my birthstone, guys. And then one of them's like, was fuming. Thanks, bud. It's a good clip. It's really funny. He looked a little shook. Yeah, I mean, he's been hit a lot. And he's taken a lot of hits. And he's been sacked 7 times, and he's taken more hits than that with a broken hand. Hurts is 15-28 for 153 yards, 3 interceptions, and a fumble lost. He has not had his best game. Barkley going nowhere. .320 to go in the game. Second, some crazy wind. 2nd down and 9, they're saying. Landon Dickerson is back in the game. It's his 12th start this season. He missed week 6 due to an ankle injury. So he's back in this one after he left earlier with a calf injury. 2nd and 9. Barkley has 119 yards and a touchdown on 17 runs today. Devonta Smith in motion. Free rusher. Throws quick to A.J. Brown. Shakes off attacker. Gets the first down. And a big jump. And A.J. Brown is getting hyped up at the gain of 15. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. And he got out of bounds there. He just had a free rusher. Barkley just fails to pick him up. And Brown manages to get there. -102. Let me see points for it. Wow. That's crazy. He has had a bad game. Play clock's at 2. You get the snap off. Play action. Quick throw. Oh, dangerous throw there. And the overthrows. Dallas got it. So it's 2nd and 10. After the game, I'm leaving. Yeah, good night. Next week is kind of a iffy for commentaries, but whatever, I guess. I'm like, if you just want the Madrid video, that's fine. Or I guess I could do another week. It's just not a good week for commentary. Best game is Steelers Dolphins, and I'm probably not commentating on that because it's really depressing. 1st and 10, play clock's at 1. Barely got it off. Hurts, quick throw to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown to the 25. And a great play there by the Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown is starting to get rolling. When A.J. Brown starts getting the football, he really just does not stop. A beautiful little slant and then just shakes him off to get to the 25. And the Chargers called their first timeout. And A.J. Brown is pumped up. Saquon Barkley, he's been the life of the offense, but at this point, the Eagles are relying on the passing game. They're inside the 25. Take your time, guys. 2:33. Smooth sailing. A.J. Brown, last 3 games, he had 110 against Dallas, 132 against Chicago, 99 tonight. He had a touchdown Dallas, 2 against Chicago. He's got none tonight yet. So I'd be looking his way. Looking like a run. And it is to Barkley. And Barkley's not going anywhere. He's going to lose 1 or 2. Chargers are going to call their second timeout. Interesting clock management here from Jim Harbaugh. The Eagles, they got Las Vegas, Washington twice, and Buffalo. Washington's punted on the season. So Philadelphia has 3 pretty much shoe-in games that if they win this one will be an automatic 12-4 and only one challenging one against Buffalo. And if they win that, best case scenario, they're 13-4, which is not difficult. Chargers, Kansas City, they 6-7. Kansas City's kind of tough, honestly. For the Chargers, they're tough. It's a divisional rival. It's not a lock for a win. The Texans and Broncos, the Chargers season's kind of awful. They could realistically lose every game. They got the Texans, Broncos, Chiefs, and their easiest team. Jalen Hurts throws deep to Brown. Jalen Brown. Oh, he almost had it. He was inches, fingertips away from scoring there. So the Chargers, they have the Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos to end their season. Oh, man, he really was just so close. He had it. He had to double clutch though. All the Eagles players were like, oh. That was the best throw of the day for Jalen Hurts. And now the Eagles are going to have to call their first time out to get their affairs in order for 3rd and 11. Oh, that one hurts. All right, so 16 apiece, 2:23 here in the 4th quarter. Now the Eagles, they're trying to get everything in order for this 3rd and 11. It's big. They're probably going to kick a field goal if they don't get it here, in which case the Chargers don't need a whole lot in 2 minutes. Could potentially just win the game. Herbert's just watching, looking a little worse for wear. 3rd and 11 now. Play clock's at 5 again. 4, 3, 2, 1. They get it off. Pressure coming. Oh, man. Devonta Smith drops a screen. Oh, I hated the play call anyway. But he dropped the screen. Oh, all right. So Jake Elliott, he missed a 48-yard field goal earlier in the day, but he was good from 41, 54, and 38. This is a 44-yard field goal. And the kick is good. Yeah, he's good. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm like, the snap's good, the hold's good. I meant to do that, and I was just like, the kick's good. It was a good kick there by Jake Elliott. 3-point game now. Wow. All right. Down to the wire in Southern California, where Broken and Herb is going back in. Man, he's had a day. overall, Jalen Hurts has been the better quarterback in everything but touchdown interception ratio. Mostly, I mean, he's got the more pass yards. He's been sacked less, more completions. In general, he's just been better than Herbert. I'm good. Don't do that in the Super Bowl. The field goal's good. It's good. That's a good one. No pun intended. Oh, funny. I gotta not do a lot of stuff when I get in the Super Bowl. Hopefully, I can just rely on whoever I'm sitting next to. Yeah, I'm at the point where I can talk for so long on my own that I really, really need someone who I believe is good, so that I don't talk over them. Which, honestly, I don't know that many people like that right now. No shade to anyone, because I am not naming names, but I've never found someone yet that can truly hold up as like a color, as like more like I'm more of an analyst than a color, even though I'm supposed to be color. I break things down more than most play-by-play would. Herbert under pressure, steps up, rolls right after resistance. He's going to throw on the run. He's going to hit the floor. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Good cover defense there by Philadelphia. But the few people that I've ever tried to do a commentary with, it's just like, you're talking so slowly. And like, I can't, like, that's the thing. Like, I know I don't have to talk nearly as much. But play-by-play, I do most of the talking. So I'd probably be play-by-play because I talk a lot. But I just haven't found anyone that's truly been able to keep up the pace, for one. And, yeah, well, time will come. 2nd and 10. Herbert throws deep. Oh, he had McConkey. He almost had him there. Cooper to Gene. Great defense. 3rd and 10 was a strike by Herbert, and it just falls incomplete. Oh, what a throw. And Lad McConkey almost came down with that. All right, we're at the 2-minute warning. Things are heating up between the Birds and the Bolts. It's a 3-point game when we come back. 3rd and 10. No, I am truly looking forward to the last one will be getting the ball. I am truly looking forward to having someone that can do some of the talking for me. I don't love being the guy talking. I do this just for just mostly the big thing is to prove that I can sit here and talk for 3.5 hours, which I think I do fairly well. At some point, I do have to make a portfolio of some of the calls that I've made over the years. I think I've had some decent ones. I think. What do you think? I think I've had some decent calls over the years. Over the year and a half, 2 years. But definitely, it would be better if I had someone else, because sometimes I miss something. I like to talk a lot on the commercials about different things. So obviously, I missed some stuff during the game, which isn't supposed to happen. If I had someone keeping me on track, it would be a little better. But, I do my best. Get a puppet. Just get Kermit the Frog out here. Hey, wait, hold up. The game's back. Was that pretty good or was that pretty good? No. I practice long and hard on my Kermit impression. That's what I do in my free time. I got pig problems. Not a big fan of Arkansas. It's his least favorite state. I do a better Mickey Mouse impression, but I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. All right, yeah. Yeah, I would love to be on a podcast, but honestly, I don't have time for podcasts. It's kind of I don't have time to make my own podcasts. If someone has ever, no one's ever invited me to a podcast. Well, actually, that's not true. One person has. But most of the time, they don't invite me on. I like podcasts. I like just popping in, giving my opinion, getting back out. That's kind of what I'm better at. Play by play, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. It's not my strong suit, which might surprise some people. But Justin Herbert just overthrew Quentin Johnson. There's a flag. Oh my goodness. And Justin Herbert just overthrows his guy, but there is a flag. It's pass interference. Are we certain that was catchable? It's going to be first down. It's Quinyon Mitchell, who's been one of the lockdown corners in the league this year. Are we certain that was catchable? Oh, I don't like that.
Exactly. That's a pretty good call. I agree, Troy. He reaches out, hooks him, takes a step away. Good call for defensive pass interference.
It's a good call. Okay, whatever. I agree with whatever the rules analyst says. It didn't look like much from one angle, but it did on the second angle much more. So 1st and 10, Herbert somehow dodges Zach Bond. He's going to have to run it himself, and he's going out of bounds after 5. Almost took a huge hit. Credit to Cooper DeJean not taking him out. Because that would have been, look at this. At the end here, Cooper DeJean had the ability to just absolutely pancake him between himself and Nakobe Dean, and he just doesn't. So tip of the hat to to Cooper DeJean saving his life there. Do you know anything about Street Fighter? Yeah, decent amount. I don't really get excited about movies. And off Vidal. Vidal gets a solid run there. That goes, I want to say for 10. So 1st and 10 now. Chargers are moving. Could be an interesting movie. Might see it. A little before my time, but Street Fighter. But yeah. Interesting. Wonder how that's going to work. Doesn't have any plot. 1st and 10. Herbert throws quickly to Keenan Allen, and a good tackle made by I know his name, number 8. He's made like 4 plays today. Why can't I? Okay, whatever. Moving on. Herbert to throw on 2nd and 4. Herbert overthrows Orlando Gadsden. I'm trying to. Who's number 8? I thought I knew. Oh, Adoree Jackson. I knew it. Yeah. So, no, wait. I'll talk more about how play-by-play was kind of a process for me, because it's not even close to what I'm best at. 3rd and 4. Ladd McConkey in motion. Herbert steps up. He's going to get the first down, maybe. They're going to say yes. 1st and 10, a run of 4 yards, and a superhero play from Justin Herbert. So the Chargers are down to 27 seconds. Well, 30 seconds. Soon to be 27. 27 seconds. It's tucked. It's a run option, and Herbert. 1st down, Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is going to call their last time out. All right. We're in the final 21 seconds. They're going to have a couple shots at the end zone. So I'm standing, because this could get really cool. Or we could go to overtime. One of the two. I'll be like, again? Yeah, I mean, we're getting good at picking games, y'all. We're getting good at this. Justin Herbert. He's 11 of 23 for 138. A touchdown and interception along with a fumble. 2nd and 1, Cameron Dicker. Field goals from less than 50 yards in his career. He's only ever missed 2. And he needs 1 more to make the lucky 100. Oh, what a time. 2nd and 1. Timeouts remaining. The Eagles have 2. Not much to use them for, though. Let the clock wind down if you're the Eagles. Herbert, under pressure, sidetracking. He throws one up. Oh, that was anxiety-inducing. 3rd and 1 now for the Chargers. We might be going to overtime. Legitimately, again, it was terrifying. It was pretty bad. Because if he had gotten sacked there, they would have been out of field goal range. No, they would have had to ran the field goal unit on. It would have been awful. And he almost threw an interception as well. If that were 5 yards more in field. 3rd and 1 now. Herbert. He's going to throw a quick one. It's incomplete. Another dangerous one. Headed towards Trey Harris. So 4th and 1. So with 12 seconds left, out comes Dicker, the kicker. All right, here we go. Just stretch. Get ready. It's good. Highest in NFL in his career, 94%, 46-yard attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. 8 seconds left. We're tied at 19. We're going to overtime 2 weeks in a row, barring a late miracle from Philadelphia. Wow. We're getting good at this. Not at play-by-play, but at picking the games. We're getting good. 8 seconds left in the game. Cameron Dicker. Tim and tryouts. He's getting instructions from the USC band, it looks like. And those instructions paid off on this one. And that one just sneaks in from 46. So they basically need a kick return or a Hail Mary. Philadelphia might just send this one on to overtime. They might just take the knee. No use in risking it the way your offense has been playing, all honesty. So Shipley's going to return this one. There's going to be 3 seconds on the game clock. So Shipley can't return it far. I'm going to guess they take a knee here. Yeah. Apparently so is ESPN. There's the overtime rules, 1 period, 10 minutes. Each team has the opportunity to possess the ball unless there's a safety or defensive touchdown. Reviews are initiated by a replay official. Each team gets 2 timeouts. Overtime again. What are the odds? So Jalen Hurts, that's the knee. We're going to overtime. All right. I'm going to leave for like a minute, and then I'll come back because I kind of have to go use the restroom. And I don't know how long overtime is going to be, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, I'm here. I made it back for the coin toss. I told you. All right. You get to see who picks, who gets what. Eagles are going heads. It's heads.
Which way do you want to receive? What end do you want to receive? And maybe we'll choose the kick. Philadelphia won the toss, elected the kick. Los Angeles will receive and head to the south. Timeout.
That's good. Los Angeles is going to receive, and they're going to head to the south. And then everyone in the stadium is just like, where'd my compass go? All right. So overtime's on the way. Second straight week. First Broncos and Commanders, and now Eagles and Chargers. Birds against Bolts. Wild. All right. I'm here for it. Let's talk a bit about myself for a minute. We got, I already said that I wasn't good at play-by-play when I first started. Because I wasn't. I was good at like 4 things when I started. I've been told, I have no idea. I don't like any of my stuff, for one thing. I am my worst critic, which is why everyone always says, they're like, how come you always seemed unfazed when people say bad things about you? I'm like, because I've already said them to myself. But it helps when we get positive enforcement. Having you all here is awesome. Obviously, yeah, so it's great. But I've been told I do a really good stand-up. Stand-up's basically just, down to the field for a quick preview of what today's game's going to be. Then I'll just stand there with a microphone and talk for 45 seconds. And just roll there. That's it. I need to mute my TV. And that's that. And apparently that was what I was best at. I was also really good at writing quick articles. I wrote I've been told I wrote a very legitimate article on the Dolphins a few years back in 20 minutes. And it was very close to appropriate for ESPN, I was told, which was probably the best compliment I've ever gotten by anyone, was that. And yeah, so really good. Stand-up is a real strong point for sure. Yeah, it was so play-by-play was actually my weakest. I was pretty bad at play-by-play when I started. And that's why I focused on it so heavily when I started this helmet just got bonked off there. The Chargers are starting overtime. So play-by-play, again, big weakness. So that's why I started doing these. And then I've progressed quite a lot. I talk a lot faster now. My voice holds up a lot longer. So it's really good. I have occasional good moments. Honestly, the big thing I've learned is that most of the time I do need someone to set me straight a lot because I get distracted going around. So it's good if I have someone set me straight to the point. Commercials. I need commercials like real life because I got to keep you entertained during commercials. Herbert tucks it himself on a run option, and he's dragged out of bounds after a great gain of 12. First down. So that's a bit of my story there. A little background. Jalen Phillips, look at this. He kind of made the wrong choice. But he almost chased him down. He would have gotten there. So Herbert on the ground has done a little more on the ground than he has through the air today, honestly. He hasn't completed hardly any of his passes. And he's had a pretty mediocre day in general. This Eagles defense has been tough. From their own 42, handoff to Omarion Hampton. Hampton, full head of steam out to the 40 of Philadelphia. A great run there by Omarion Hampton. Sorry. Look at Hampton. He just bounces to the outside, and then it's just speed after that. Leading rushers tonight, Hampton, Herbert, and Vidal all have above 40. Herbert's the leading rusher, though. Hampton gets the call here. He's going to get 2 yards before he stopped. And that's kind of something that Hampton just adds to the offense. In previous weeks, it was just, Herbert and Vidal just getting 30 yards apiece. But now they have another running back with the potential to have those explosive runs to get their offense going. And that adds another layer to the Chargers offense that's just not there without Omarion Hampton. So the Eagles are getting the ball next, regardless of the result of this drive. 2nd and 8. Play clock's at 3. Eagles bring pressure. Quick throw to the outside, and Will Dissly catches it before he is stonewalled. Great tackle there by Reed Blankenship. Can't read. Give me a second. Let's wait for that commercial and I'll read it. I don't want to miss anything here. 3rd and 7. Herbert perhaps feeling that broken bone in his hand. Insane that he's been able to play in this game and play surprisingly as well as he's done as well. Through week 13, the Chargers are 48% on 3rd down conversions, which is 2nd in the NFL. Vidal in motion. Herbert to throw. Steps up under pressure. He's going to be taken down by Nolan Smith Jr. Again, it's 4th and 5. Are they in field goal range here? I'm not sure. They might go for this. We'll see. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah. No, I just want to be there, man. I want to be in the room. It's one of those. It's just such a cool, this is such a dream for me. So anywhere, really. I love this. Even if it's just this forever, I'm fine, yeah. 54-yard attempt from Dicker. Snaps good, holds good, kick is good. A big kick from Dicker, the kicker. Wow, and the Chargers jump in front 22-19. What a kick there by Cameron Dicker. That was better than all of the other kicks of the night and at a time they needed it the most. 22-19, Chargers lead. Eagles touchdown wins it. If the Eagles score a touchdown, the final score is going to be 25-22. Fun final score. That's weird. Did you hear that? My phone buzzed, but I'm on Do Not Disturb. Okay. It's basically just telling me that it's going to rain. Even though why that's annoying is that it's been raining this entire time. The phone's like, warning, severe rain starting soon. Oh no, it says stopping soon. And starting again 22 minutes later. With already having to care, how did they pass on quarterback? Wait, who would that have been? Wait, is this obvious for me? Who's that? What's the quarterback name that? Yeah, but whose name is it? Who's Schwarterback? Is that a real person or? This one's going to be returned by Shipley to the 31. I'm just confused. Don't mind me. It's fine. 4th quarter. Saquon, he had the breakaway where he was starting to choo his way into the end zone. Oh, just right. Oh, okay. And then Jalen Hurts' interception gave the Chargers the chance. A.J. Brown dropped it. And then a bad snap, a good hold, and a great kick from Jake Elliott gets them back in. And then ties the game at 19 apiece. Sends us to overtime. Was Dicker the kicker? Yeah, I got it. I was like, who is the NFL's quarterback's name Schwarterback that the Chargers would have had the chance to get? I'm trying to think of people named Schwarter. And off to Barkley. He's going to get 4 yards. Another pick down. Maybe so. 6 minutes left in overtime. Touchdown wins it. Field goal ties it. You're playing for a touchdown, though. win or loss, you don't really want the tie. Barkley could have bounced it outside there and had a huge running room, but he just didn't make the cut in time before being taken down. 2nd and 6 now. Smith in motion. Play clock's at 4. Hurts, play action. Under pressure. Behind him, throws. Oh, overthrows A.J. Brown. I thought for sure that was going to be a strip sack. Tui Pelotu was coming hot off the edge. Ugh. That was tight there. A.J. Brown, it's just a simple slant. Good route. He just keeps running. And he gets open. Hurts just misses him. And Tui Pelotu, actually, so it's not Tui Pelotu. Actually, wait, 45? That is Tui Pelotu. I was right the first time. And he breaks, and he was coming real hot off the edge. I thought for sure. Play clock's at 2. They got to snap the football. They get it off with 1 second. Hurts, 3rd and 6, steps up. He's going to run it himself. Stiff arms his way to a first down over the 50. Jalen Hurts is hurting the defense with his legs. There is a flag. It's going to be holding on the offense. That's going to pull him back another 10 yards, actually. So it's actually going to be 3rd and 16. But it was good while it lasted. That was on Cam Jurgens. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Crazy Chargers fans. I mean, these are two intense fan bases, really. Chargers fans, they don't feel like they get enough credit for being intense, but whenever you see any Chargers games, they're always all having a great time. They're party animals out of all the fan base. Play clock at 1. Eagles get it off. 3rd and 16. What a throw from Jalen Hurts over the 50. Oh, bullseye. And Devonta Smith gets the first down. Throw of the game from Jalen Hurts. Are you kidding me? I mean, look at this. Devonta Smith just runs his route really well, but the throw was a laser that had 0 airtime. Straight hit him in the chest. That was the greatest throw of the game by either team. What a dime by Jalen Hurts. My goodness. Play clock again getting low. I feel like I've said that a lot today. Hand off to Barkley. Barkley's losing a yard. 2nd and 11. Right on the screen. Mostly because they want to win. .353 now. 2nd and 10. From just across midfield. Down by 3 in overtime. Most time they've had on the play clock this drive, 9 seconds. They might wait for it for 5 anyway. They got it at 6. Hurts, under pressure, throws. He completes it to Goddard, who stays in bounds with a little toe drag swag. It's 3rd down and short now. Leo Mack was in coverage there. Or he might have been the one on pressure. Let's see it. Oh, nope. It was Odafe Owe. He's been dominant for them. It was Mack in coverage, yeah. And Goddard. I got full 5 feet in there. He was good. 3rd and 4. Jesse Minter trying to draw up a way to stop this Sirianni and Patullo-led offense. 3rd and 4. They're already in field goal range. Play clock's at 2. Hurts. Free rusher. Throws one up. Oh, A.J. Brown almost made a great catch. Oh, 4th and 4 now for the Eagles. Surely they're not kicking the field goal, right? Surely. We're not going to tie, are we? There's just a free rusher. Hurts just threw one up there, and A.J. Brown almost caught it. He just had a few more feet. Career long range. Yeah, it's tough. Surely they're not kick. They shouldn't kick. They're going for it. 4th and 4. For the ball game, I'm going to stand over here. For the ball game, play clock set 2, timeout for Philadelphia, I believe. Nope, Los Angeles. So the Chargers call their timeout. Want to get all their ducks in a row before what could potentially be the final play of the game. All right, we always knew it would come to this, and by that we mean we thought it was going to be 10-10 and someone was going to have a game-winning drive, but it's 22-19 in overtime, 3:23 left. It's been another good game. Eagles fans on the edge of their seats. I feel like even if they win, they're not going to be too thrilled about the results of this game. But a win's a win. In my books, at least. 4th and 4. Will the Eagles stay alive? Or will the Chargers finish them off? The final play. Oh, he jumped! This could go either way. Did he actually jump or did he just get back? It's neutral zone! Odafe away! He was away from his side of the ball. I saw him jump, but I wasn't sure if he actually jumped into the neutral zone. He was. Wow, that's crazy. First down, Philadelphia. It was close whether he moved too far or whether he got back was the big question. But that he was in the neutral zone at least for a minute, I think. Derwin James is coming on blitz here. Oh, he backs out. Hurts. Throws underneath to Goddard. He's got 4. Finally, Philadelphia is playing for 10 yards. It took them 4 quarters. 2nd and 7. And Jim Harbaugh had his headset off, which means he was pretty mad at someone. So the Eagles, still alive. Hashtag Eagles everywhere. That's someone from California, that's for sure. He has that California vibe. And so many Eagles fans in attendance here in Southern California. 2nd and 7. Hurts to throw. Hurts rolls right. Throws on the run. He's got Goddard inside the 20 and out at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. 17 more yards and the Eagles might pull off a stunning victory with where they played one of the worst first halves imaginable. Oh, good move by Dallas Goedert. 1st and 10. They're in striking distance. He tucks it under pressure, throws, intercepted, it's over! The Chargers win! Incredible! Off the tip, the Chargers win it! Hurts his 4th interception of the game! It's over in overtime! Oh, man! Jalen Hurts. It gets tipped. And Tony Jefferson, the safety with the interception. Wow. I want to see the replay. Are we sure the game's over? Oh, the Chargers survive. And Jalen Hurts' 4 interception game disaster. And Jesse Minter's defense comes out on top. Wow. It got to the 17. I thought he was going short to Goddard. And the tip from he's in. Wow. And the tip there from Hart and Tony Jefferson reeling it in with one hand. He's got 2 feet in. That's an interception. The Chargers win in overtime. Wow. Jalen Hurts, 4 interceptions, and another absolute thrilling finish. Wow. Nick Sirianni's reaction is Honestly, if I'm being real with you, the Eagles did not deserve to win this football game. They did not play well. To me, this was the Chargers game, and honestly, the result was as expected. Chargers come out with the win. Looks like Justin Herbert's dodging the reporter here. All right. So Chargers win in stupendous fashion, really. Stunning. So the Chargers win 22-19 is your final score in overtime. Justin Herbert was the game's MVP, most likely, playing through a broken bone in his hand. Yeah, incredible. A great game, really. Defensively phenomenal. Best game. I don't know. I think Commanders Broncos still takes game of the year, but this one's certainly a great game. Definitely second, most likely. We've had two back-to-back absolutely incredible games on games that we thought were probably going to be below average, and they've both been absolutely phenomenal. Maybe that says something about what game we should do next week. Tony Jefferson with the game-sealing interception there. Wow. All right. Great game, everyone. Had a great time. Hopefully you all have an incredible rest of your week. I'm going to go to sleep. Yeah. I'm going to try and work on a Madrid video this week. Absolutely. I've been struggling to get it done because we were in Athens, Greece, not Georgia, earlier in the week. So that was a little troublesome to do any editing there. And it's been busy since I got back, really behind on stuff. So I'm catching up with a lot. So hopefully I can get that done for you as soon as possible. But yeah, so be watching for that. Poll will be out. It'll probably be a little interesting. It'll be more like, here's some options, and then here's if you don't want those options because they're bad options. And then that's totally up to y'all about what you want to do there. Yeah, so I will see you guys either next week or in 2 weeks, depending on what the vote in the poll is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have an incredible rest of your week. God bless everyone. Chargers 22, Eagles 19. Thank you. Bye-bye.